The English game has seen leading clubs like Wasps, London Irish and Worcester go out of business in the top flight. The Welsh provincial game is in total disarray too. R360 says they would remove what are easily some clubs' biggest expenses, i.e. the big stars, and therefore make more of them profitable. So the plan is to inject a new lease of life into the sport. But how exactly? Top stars of the men and women's game playing for a franchise-based league with fixtures in cities like London, Miami, Tokyo and Lisbon. Each city would host a tournament featuring all the franchises during a short 3-month season. And though no players have officially confirmed, reports suggest around 200 have signed pre-contracts, some worth up to 750 grand. And if that's the pre-contract, you can imagine where the full wages will get to. Problem is, the rest of rugby says no. In fact, no way. The national unions from England, Scotland, Ireland, France, Italy, South Africa, New Zealand and Australia have declared any player joining R360 will be banned from test selection. World Rugby's also not approved the league. Many fear it echoes football's failed European Super League, a top-down, money-driven idea that could damage the sport's traditions. So is it dead already? Well, Rugby Union is at a crossroads. Some may be against it, but we know others are being swayed by the cash. So will everything work itself out? Or after the European Super League and Live Golf, have we got sport's next big scandal on our hands?
Good morning, it's 3 minutes past 6. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Not at the moment, I hear you say. Ally McCoist and Arnold Clark's deal drop. Get the new car feeling without the new car price. Discover some of our biggest savings and find your next car today. Just thought we'd start open proceedings up with a bit of class. Listen to that, beautiful. Now, Celtic fans, cover your ears. Oh dear, absolute capitulation, that's the only word we can use here. Thrown away a 4-goal lead to lose to Austrian side last. To provide a bit of context to how bad the result is, Celtic had a 3-0 aggregate lead before the game and they went 1-0 up on the night. Incredible. Martin O'Neill spoke to the media after the game and took full responsibility for the result. Here's Martin.
Well, pretty difficult to do that there just after the game was over. We should have been outside by half-time. We've scored a goal, which was great. We missed two great opportunities. And then we just give them a lifeline just before half-time and then one just after it. And they come roaring back. And obviously we conceded from our viewpoint. Not good goals at all. But that's my team, and that's my responsibility.
Yeah, I watched the game. In fact, I watched the game with Gabby, and first thing I've got to say, they're a good side. As we knew they were, having watched them at Celtic Park, I thought they were really, really impressive. I thought Celtic played and scored some great goals in that first leg, but you just had a wee feeling that Lask and the Austrian side would score and make things very, very difficult for Celtic, which they did. So, you might be thinking that the big fella has absolutely bottled it this morning. Nothing could be further from the truth. He will be here. He's stuck in a little bit of traffic. So, good morning, Alan. I am looking forward to seeing you in 10 minutes. We did have a conversation last night, briefly. We did have a conversation last night. Alan, that's nothing to do with me. That is, of course, our good friend Ed. Now, sadly, they've put up Celtic's European record in the last few years. Last year, lost to Karat Almaty, I beg your pardon, the Champions League playoff, reached round of 32 in the Europa League, lost to Stuttgart, 24-25, lost to Bayern. And the Champions League round of 16, played very, very well in that game and very unlucky. 23-24 out in the Champions League groups, finished bottom. 22-23 out in the Champions League group, finished bottom. 21-22 out in the Europa League groups, lost to Bodo Glimt, who are a good side, in first Conference League knockout round. Now, before we start getting carried away, Rangers are more than struggling too, guys. So what is the problem? Just what is going on at this moment in time with Scottish football clubs failing in Europe? I mean, you think not so long ago, and it was not so long ago, that obviously Rangers had a side more than capable of winning a Europa League final, which they were beaten obviously in penalties. But I remember the run. Dortmund beat Dortmund away, some terrific results, beat Leipzig at home, but it just looks like Scottish clubs at this moment in time are absolutely miles away from it. So, MD that fancies giving us a call this morning, please do. You know the number by now. It's going to be a big discussion today, I can tell you that. 03717 223344. That's the number to call. That's the number you need. 03717 223344. Celtic fans, Rangers fans, Aberdeen, Hibs, Hearts, Motherwell, MD, fancy, get in touch. So elsewhere, last night in the Carabao Cup, some selected scores for you. It was some interesting results, you know. What have we got? Leeds beat Nottingham Forest for the second time in a week. Obviously, their late win at the weekend was followed up with a 2-0 victory last night. Brentford, who had a terrific result, terrific performance at the weekend, hit 6 past Birmingham St Andrews. What a result that was. And I can't lie, it was nice to see West Ham get a good result. Obviously, Southampton fans will be feeling that this morning. They came from behind to beat Southampton 4-1. Coventry also, after a 3-0 defeat on the Friday night to Arsenal, good victory, beat Plymouth 4-2. And you can argue, one of, if not the result of the night, Adrian will be absolutely thrilled this morning. Peterborough beating Watford 5-1. So give us a call. You know the drill. 03717 223344. Particularly Celtic fans this morning. Give us a wee call this morning. I mean, I watched that game last night, guys, and I watched Celtic's. I probably watched the last hour of Celtic's first game at home against the Austrians, and I thought the level of goal that Celtic scored in that first game was absolutely excellent. But I think we can all agree we saw enough from the opposition to determine to see that they certainly would make life difficult for Celtic last night. However, you have to say, going 1-0 up and being 1-0 up after about 20 minutes, you would not have expected the capitulation from Celtic. So Celtic fans, please give us a call this morning. Was it just a blip? I mean, you might be good enough, and it looks like at this early stage you certainly will be good enough probably to get the title, but is that enough? Is that enough for you out there? Should you be doing better in Europe? Should you be qualifying for the Champions League? Also, Rangers fans, give us a call. Not a great start. I was at the game last week, the 1-0 game. Knocked out the Europa League, saw the game at home in the Conference League. It was a reasonable result. Still not firing on all cylinders. Obviously, 1 or 2 injuries have depleted Rangers, but there's no getting away from it. Have not started the season well at all. So give us a call. Motherwell fans, I mentioned again, Hibs and Hearts, Aberdeen, give us a call. Now, where are we going to go? I'll tell you where we're going to go. I'm going to wee chat to you about Leeds. I think Leeds are going to have a good season this year. I really, really do. 2 great results against Forest at the start of the season. Ipswich as well. Big Al. another victory last night. It was a brilliant result against my own old team, Sunderland, at the weekend, scoring late on, Clark scoring late on to beat Sunderland, and then a comfortable victory 3-1 again against Leicester, who are having an absolute torrid time. Leicester, I've got to say, are having a torrid time. So the question is this: is Brazil late this morning after Celtic's embarrassment? I don't think so. I think he's on his way in. Gabby also bottled it in breakfast on Monday morning. What is it with these guys after Villa's hiding against Brighton? You dish out, boys, you've got to take it. He did go and drive yesterday, however, and gave his thoughts on the situation at his beloved Villa.
Aston Villa have retained only 65.6% of first-team minutes in their squad from last season, the lowest of any Premier League team. Rodgers, Tielemans, Konsa, Digne, they played most of those minutes that we've lost, of course. That'll be even more minutes lost if Martinez goes, which he will, if Watkins goes, which he might do. We had Ross Barkley starting up front, Maggio, 17-year-old, injured. Watkins, we believe, we don't know for sure, maybe he refused to play. Tammy Abraham, injured. I'm sorry.
Are these excuses?
No, they're not excuses. They're
Sounds
facts.
like they're excuses.
They're facts.
Well, they certainly are facts, Gabby. There's no doubt about that. I had a good chat with Gabby last night about Villa, and understandably, he was very, very concerned. He wasn't as concerned as I was, strange enough, about Unai Emery. I think Unai Emery was sitting looking at things saying, I'm not saying he's going to be saying what's the point, but he must be looking around him, seeing his squad being obliterated player by player. It still looks as though they're going to lose Ollie Watkins to the Middle East. So interesting times again for Villa supporters. So give us a call out there. Also, have to mention it, some very, very sad news that we're all waking up to this morning. Everybody loved her, didn't they? Absolutely everybody loved her. Millions and millions of music fans all over the world this morning will pay our own little tribute to the one and only, the great, one of the best superstar, Dolly Parton. Brilliant. Now, coming up, guys, Alan Brazil, I can reliably inform you, is in Trap 1, and he'll be here very, very shortly to give his reaction to that nightmare for Celtic last night.
When someone writes an article that's so smart arse because it knows all the answers, right, and it writes an article about judgment, now you've got to win, and the only way you can overcome that is by winning it, and so that's what they've got to do.
Right. So on that topic, is anything less than a title challenge failure this season?
Well, it depends what title.
A serious title challenge to be there or thereabout.
No, but they're not good enough.
Come May.
But then, are they going to beat Arsenal? Are Arsenal ahead of them?
They're still not good enough.
No, they're not a good enough side. They can't possibly be. It's taken 7 years for Mikel Arteta and hundreds of millions of pounds spent slightly differently and wisely because he's got a mature setup with different people in the confines of Arsenal that have got a better way of operating than some of the Chelsea people have achieved so far. It's taken them 7 years. How can we decide? How can you turn on a sixpence and say you should now win the league? Oh, it's bloody stupid.
So what, they won't be in the title race come April, May?
Well, they may well be in what is considered to be a title race, which is a group of sides competing to be really in the top.
Here's that. Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary Test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. Thanks to talkSPORT, Visit Victoria could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for two to watch the 150th anniversary Test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
Very good morning to one and all. This is talkSPORT Breakfast, Wednesday the 26th of August, and joining me in a double act, actually. It's a double act join me this morning. Katie's walked into the studio.
And look who I brought with me.
Did he come out your handbag?
Yes, he did.
Oh.
How are you, pal?
Murder.
Traffic, tired, slept in?
No.
Just depressed? The
No,
lot?
I'm not depressed. I'm not depressed.
I only asked.
I can't sleep.
Is that right?
Oh, all week.
So when I spoke to you, we're obviously watching the game. I messaged you last night.
Yeah.
Were you at home?
I was in Ipswich.
And because you couldn't sleep, you thought...
11 o'clock, I thought, this is ridiculous. I went to bed at 7, could not sleep.
Oh, wow.
I've got all this. It's a long story. And a sciatica as well I've got in the bargain. Oh, no. And then at 11 o'clock, I said, right, I'm going. And she didn't know, right? So she's gone crazy this morning, woke up, where am I? You know, she thought I'd fallen down somewhere. I'm like, what?
She thought she'd won the pools.
Yeah, so the dog's lying there saying, leave him. And then coming into London, road's shut. And anyway, I got here, straight to bed, could not sleep, up at 2, up at 3.
Oh, no, that's mad.
And then I popped 2 aspirin plus or something.
Aye.
Boom. And I suddenly woke up 20 to 6. I went, oh no, Billy's outside.
Welcome in my world.
And I was listening on the radio. Dear, oh dear.
Oh, man. Aye.
I'll be honest here, and I'm not just saying it.
No, you did. I know what you're going to say.
After the first game, I went, listen.
You told me.
I thought,
Alan, you
this
said
is
it.
not over.
You said it.
But then when I looked and I thought Celtic scored, I thought, well, that's it, surely. Yeah. Oh, unbelievable.
It's incredible, eh?
Unbelievable. Money. The punters were going crazy at the board again. Terrible.
I know.
Terrible.
We just said at the start of the programme, and listen, it's a disastrous result. Absolutely disastrous. But why are Scottish teams so poor?
No, by the way, I've not seen other results for the Scottish teams. Is it today? Is it?
That's it. No, not today. No, it's later on. Later on, obviously. I think tomorrow, actually. Most of them tomorrow.
But, you know, when McGregor scores, you think, well, that's it. Just lock up, keep the ball, slow it down.
The battered, mate.
Dear.
Absolutely battered.
They were good at Parkhead, though, I must admit. Remember the two
goals disallowed, yeah, which were offside, by the way, but they were...
Sure?
They definitely were. I mean, but they finished some of their...
Well, I've not seen the goals because
they were good goals, to be fair. From last year, they were.
Sign in, do this, get your phone up against the telly. I'm like,
and by the way, the goalie played well, and they missed a penalty.
Did he really? Oh,
they
shocker.
See the energy. I thought the energy that the last players had were absolutely incredible.
I mean, the first one that Lask scored was an absolute gift from Celtic.
The nightmare.
Just passed him straight into the centre forward.
Absolutely.
Well, I heard they were looking for a centre half, and obviously they will now, that's for sure. But how much money does that cost them, Ali?
It'll be millions, mate.
That's terrible.
That's millions.
Yeah.
Where does that sit in worst defeats in Celtic's history?
That's probably, in the importance of the game and the money side of it, probably the worst, I would suggest.
I know. It's tough, and obviously one of the other things would be being 3-0 up for the first leg. That's the thing. That's the thing.
But even I was screaming at the telly the first leg, we need a third, we need a third, we need a third. When we got it, I thought, right, I'll go to bed now, try and sleep. And that didn't work either. And I thought, well, that's got to be enough. And then when McGregor scores an away goal, you think, okay, done. But it's going to be, it's going to be backs against the wall, but it should be enough. Shocking.
No, but I was the same as you, mate. Well, you and I spoke after that last game, and I think we both suggested and both agreed that the third goal was required.
Yeah,
because we saw enough.
Ali, see, I don't want to be too harsh on players because it's early on in the season, but have you got to look at some of the characters and say, hold on a minute, do you want to play Champions League football? Do you want to play? Do you want it that much? Or is it, well, we're a bit unlucky, they're a good side? That's what
I think there's a combination of two. I must admit, Alan, watching it, I would lean more towards the latter. That they were impressive.
Say, isn't it? It's horrible to say.
Yeah, but I thought they were impressive. They're certainly a far better side than I thought they would be when the draw came out. Put it that way.
Yeah.
But it still does. I mean, there's some results last night when you think about it. If you want, I'll tell you some of the league, Carabao Cup second rounds. Good result for Ipswich, 1-3-1.
Yeah,
that's a great result.
I watched them.
How was that? The weekend.
I saw you there.
I'm not getting.
I saw you. Well, I'm saying I saw you at the game. You sent. I think you put something.
I'm not getting too carried away because it's going to be tough. It's going to be a hard season. But Sunderland started like a house on fire. Whoa. and they could add a couple early goals, and they didn't. So we rode a lot there, and then we gradually came into the game and played well. But it's going to be tough, and the games, right away at the end of the game, I'm looking at my calendar thinking, that Hull at home, that Coventry at home. I'm trying to pick the games now where we need another 3, not 1.
What's funny, because
it's going to be tough.
Alan, I was at Hull on Saturday morning. They were terrific.
Aye.
I mean, Man United were really poor, really poor. But at the same time, see, when you're looking at it, difficult to gauge Coventry, promoted side at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Champions, that's always going to be a tough one for them. But the two other teams, Ipswich and obviously Hull.
Yeah.
See if you can win a few
home games are vital.
Yeah.
I mean, nick it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying Ipswich nicked it, but it looked like a draw. Sunderland looked a bit strong physically, more than Ipswich to me, but they passed the ball on. The boy, was it Cisco or something? He's a good player. They took off. He made the goal, the first goal, and then the second goal goes in very late. So that's got everyone going. It really has.
Good, mate. All right, quick. We're going to look at the back pages, was what I was meant to do about 15 minutes ago. The good thing is you're still there. Let's have a look at the back pages with our good friends at Costa Express. Come on.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Get a regular Costa Express drink as part of your Tesco meal deal at participating Tesco stores. Terms and conditions apply.
Sorry, Katie, I was that excited my pal came in there. I just completely lost time and everything.
That's all right, I was also listening.
Yeah, I know you were.
Well absorbed by the conversation.
And you were enjoying the conversation, and you were involved, you took part in it. So anyway, how are you? How are the back pages looking this morning?
So, lots to talk about Carlos Baleba, as he's been announced. £70 million gone to Manchester United. We know that they needed to strengthen in the midfield. So, Alan, how excited should Manchester United fans be about this signing?
Well, they need a boost, that's for sure. They need an injection of, here we go, confidence. Because take nothing away from Hull. Hull were brilliant, weren't they? I only saw the goals because I was at Portland
Brilliant.
Road.
They were all tremendous.
But, they were. It was a case of, come on, fighting chance. Opening game of the season, let's give the punters something here. And they did. They were brilliant. United defensively, no good. It's not the start they wanted. Of course it's not. The next couple of games are very, very important. I mean, very. And you can say that about a few of the top sides
100%.
now. Tottenham, we'll talk later on with Charlton. 9,000 Charlton fans going to Tottenham tonight.
Oh, wow.
Right?
And they'll fancy it, by the way.
They've had a great start,
Especially after
Charlton.
beating West Ham. And
they'll fancy it.
Yeah.
Opening result was pretty bruising. On to Chelsea then. In the Daily Mail, we've got this story. Chelsea rake in, get this, £115 million for surplus strikers. So Liam Delap's gone for £50 million to Nottingham Forest. Do you think that...
50.
I know.
Well, listen, I wish him well, but 50 mil.
Oh, it's incredible. One goal, by the way.
Two goals he got last season.
One in the league?
Yeah, in all comps, yeah. In 41 appearances for Chelsea. $50 million.
I hope he goes off to a flyer, but I think money's gone mental.
It's crazy. I mean, you'd have to explain to me the justification in paying that money. And I'm the same as you, mate. I really hope he kickstarts his career and gets off and running, because he looks a good lad and you want him to do well.
Yeah.
But somebody will need to explain to me the logic in paying that money. I just don't get it.
No.
Is it desperation for Forest?
Well, you'd think so. You'd absolutely think so. 50 million.
And also, fair play to Chelsea. They get a £20 million profit. They bought him for 30 mil. So actually, Annie hasn't massively delivered for Chelsea. So fair play to Chelsea.
So they've probably put 66% on what they paid. They've made 66% after 2 goals.
Mathematician, huh?
Oh, 2/3. That's about right.
Well, we don't know. We're just agreeing along with it.
I know I'm not going to get challenged with you two in this studio.
We're just nodding along.
Well, let me wake up first.
And then you've got, so Chelsea getting 150 million. So you've got 50 million for Liam Delap. Nicholas Jackson moving to Aston Villa for £65 million.
As another, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Good luck. Game boy, puts himself about, couldn't finish his breakfast.
Amazing. 65 million. How many goals he got? Is it 2?
He scored 1 Premier League goal in 28 games and 3 in 47 in all comps.
So hold on a minute now, right? I'm just going to... 47... So they've got 5 goals between them.
Here we go. Maths coming up.
5 goals, 47, whatever the lads played, 20. 5 goals in the best part of 70 games between them. And the valuation is, not the valuation, the money that's getting paid is 100 and... 15. Oh my... What's happening?
Doesn't make sense.
Striker now,
what? Oh, hey, Al.
They still get 10% or not? Is that all out the window now?
We're talking of money. It gets worse. Ollie Watkins moving to us.
Wait a minute.
Al Hilal.
I don't think Al's ready for this.
Are you ready? So he's going to go for. Guess how much he's getting paid a year?
Oh, well, all right. For me to go there, I'll tell you what. Let me think. Would he be getting?
Do you want to do weekly and then yearly?
You get enough money to buy him an alarm clock.
£250,000 a week.
£400,000 a week. Ollie Watkins.
Ridiculous. Don't know the streets are closed.
£12 million a year when he goes to Saudi.
400 grand a week.
Yep.
£12 million.
Yep.
Tax free, probably, if he plays his cards right.
Yeah.
No, that's more. 400 grand a week is a lot more than 12 million.
Well, that's what it says here with the proposed
50 weeks. I'm doing my maths again. 50 weeks has got you up there at 20 million.
Well, it says with a package worth around £12 million net a year, Watkins would
net. Aye.
Would
earn. He's not going to get taxed, does he?
No.
I mean,
wow.
What would you do with that nowadays? It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't make 67.
But you know something? I know. Well, if the Villa fans on, Katie later on.
Oh, they're devastated.
I know.
It's just a shame he's not staying in the Premier League or even.
That's
Europe.
what I'm disappointed in. I can understand him doing it. I mean, for that money, he's looking after his family, his family's family, and his family's family. Yeah. Right? So you get it. But it's just a little bit of a sour taste in some of the Villa fans. And I was reading last night some of the comments, and I get it. They reckon that he said he didn't want to play, right? Which is a big thing.
And all his mates have gone as well.
Yeah. Oh, but I can understand from his point of view. That's what I'm saying. He must be looking at that squad saying, well, I've been offered this money.
Yeah.
You know, Tielemans, Digne, Rodgers
got his goal, didn't it? It was pleased.
Yeah, he took his goal well. So that'll be
And they also did really well. You kind of want to leave a club on a high, having won a trophy.
Mind you, when you leave, you get pelters anyway, don't you? But the Villa fans, Gabby, Gabby must be like...
I was with him last night.
In his Weetabix, wasn't he?
I was with him like... Oh. Well, there was a blatant refusal for him to turn up Monday. He's meant to be on the show on Monday. Right. Just a blatant refusal, which I dug him up about last night. So
hey, we never bottle it. We always show up. Alan's here, after last night's result.
It's not as if
just about made it in.
It's just not as if my team are flying as well. But yeah, you got to get in your work.
Billy the Cab had a go at me.
He did not, did he?
He did. So I thought you were staying in your bed. Austria, dreaming of Austria. I said, don't you start.
By the way, did you hear the wee Mozart start? With a wee bit of Mozart.
No, I didn't. No. I thought I was going to get ski Sundays or ran into.
There's one or two surprises coming up for you down the road, pal.
Oh, is there?
Great to see you. Thanks. That was
you snake.
Big thanks to Costa Express. This is talkSPORT Bricks, myself, Carl Vorderman, and Alan Brazil. That's what I was laughing at. Coming up, we're turning attention to the Villa and whether there is any positivity at all with the Villa fan base.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Get a regular Costa Express drink as part of your Tesco meal deal at participating Tesco stores. Terms and conditions apply.
Michael, where are you with Isak at this moment? I just think that particular penalty, Szoboszlai was always taking it, and likes of Isak had far more to lose than he had to gain by taking that penalty. But where are you with Isak at this moment in time? And he looks to me, he's obviously had big injury problems and all that stuff. The move was well documented. Newcastle fans are unhappy. What's it going to take for him to get playing with a regular confidence and show the ability that we know he has?
Well, I'm not sure about you, Ali, but I had plenty of injuries in my career, so I know how hard it is to get back, and you do need a bit of time. And everybody's given him time and understood that, but then he's sort of finished the season, then he's gone to the World Cup, and now he's had a pre-season, and you just think, okay, now we're starting to run out of excuses. We need to start seeing the real Isak, and we know how good he is. I mean, wow, we saw him for Newcastle. I mean, he's absolute class. But we haven't seen it for Liverpool.
It's not often you associate fan power with Chelsea Football Club, but one of the shining examples of it lies with a group called the Chelsea Pitch Owners. And they've proved to be the thorn in the side of owners past and present who've been dead set on moving stadiums to a larger, more lucrative piece of land. Essentially, the supporters group holds the freehold to the land on which Stamford Bridge sits. Former owner Ken Bates set it up at a time where some unruly property developers tried to evict the club from their ground. In order to prevent this, he established the CPO as a company that owned the pitch and offered the fans the chance to buy a share for £100. As well as that, they also own the rights to the name Chelsea Football Club, so if any owner wants to take them elsewhere, they can't be called Chelsea without the approval from the CPO. Now, in 2011, Roman Abramovich tried and failed to move them away from Stamford Bridge, and this has set a precedent for Todd Bowley and the current power brokers at Chelsea. They know any plan which involves moving from Stamford Bridge will require CPO approval from the now 13,000 fans who own it. There are fans who are concerned that if they stay at the bridge, they'll be left behind their domestic and European rivals who are moving to more commercially successful stadiums. But for the heritage and history lovers, Stamford Bridge is one of the iconic English stadiums, and to move away would be a grave mistake. It might not be as flashy as others, but stadiums like it have something about them that cannot be replaced. One thing's for sure, if Bowley wants to take Chelsea away from their home, he'll have to go through the CPO first.
Because you can. Your beauty is beyond compare, with flaming locks of auburn hair, with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green.
Very sad, Ali.
Isn't it?
When,
it really is, mate.
It's always sad when you hear someone passing, but you know, there she was at Glastonbury not that long ago.
I just said there now before you came in, loved by millions, mate.
Yeah.
Millions and millions. Talented, just looked a lovely lady, yeah?
Aye. What I was watching, brilliant it was. Absolutely brilliant. If you've not seen it, the story of the Bee Gees. It was on Sky Arts. It is magnificent.
Well, I'm going to say to you. Right?
And the hits they wrote.
You took the words out my mouth.
Kenny and Dolly.
Yeah.
It was the Islands in the Sea.
Islands in the Sea. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. And you can't believe what songs they've written. And how many songs they've sold. Unbelievable.
Alan.
The tragedy in that film.
I know. They lost the brothers. Can you name the four of them?
Yeah.
There was
Andy.
Barry.
Andy was the youngest. He had a drug problem.
Yeah.
Barry Morris. Barry Morris and... Oh, come on.
Andy,
Alan.
Barry Morris.
Robin Gibb.
Married
to Lulu.
Lulu. You're right, a lot of tragedy in the family, but I tell you what.
Morris was he? Yeah, Morris.
Was it Morris?
Yeah, Morris was.
They had some hits, mate. And hits, unless I'm mistaken, hits in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. It might be 5 decades, certainly 4.
You got to watch it. And how it all
I will
came
watch
about,
it.
Saturday Night Fever.
So it's on Sky Arts?
Yeah, it is fantastic. Honestly, it's brilliant. If you think I'm not watching, watch it.
Do you know what I'm going to... Excuse me. I'm going to download that and watch again when I got my road.
You'll thank me. It's magnificent, honestly.
Yeah.
And I went to, and by the way, I'm not going away from the Celtic result. Don't worry.
No.
It's not me.
You're not allowed to, by the way.
I went to Barry Gibb tribute in London, one of the big hotels for Nordorf Robbins.
Yeah, the music charity.
And
who do tremendous work, by incidentally.
That was the night I got on the lash with the Clash.
No way.
I did. I ended up in the bar with them. And
Joe Strummer. All the boys.
They're all there. It was amazing. Honestly,
you've never told me that story.
I have done. You've just forgot.
The Clash.
Yeah.
That was my band, man.
And do you know who was with us? Knocking them back? Jimmy Anderson.
No way.
Yeah, he was knocking them back.
That's brilliant. That's fantastic.
It was a brilliant night. And Barry was there. It was great. It was absolutely great.
I love it. On the last for the Clash.
There's
a book.
I was with a guy from Ayrshire.
Yeah.
And we'd been out all day, and they were part sponsors, his company. I was bidding for things like 20 grand and stuff. You know what I mean? You get a bit carried away.
Guessing Jill didn't make that particular function.
No, she didn't. No. And thank God I got outbid. There was some explaining to do. But honestly, you get a chance, Sky Arts, watch it. It's fantastic.
I'm going to watch
it. Absolutely. And I can never remember if it's the Isle of Man they're from or Manchester. They were born, I think, in Manchester and grew up in Isle of Man, or the other way around.
There's something to do with Isle of Man, isn't there?
But, remember this in 78, and John Travolta talks as well. Night Fever, Staying Alive.
Fever, Night Fever.
And More Than a Woman. The hits from that was 1978, wasn't it?
I'm going to come up with a classic one, my favourite, not just now.
Staying Alive?
No.
Massachusetts?
No.
Ed Sheeran sings it. He sings it on it as well.
It's brilliant. It'll come to me, but it's a kind of slower one. It's a beautiful song. I'll give you it in a minute when it remind me.
But the Bee Gees.
Run to Me. Is it Run to Me?
Yeah, Run to Me. They play that as well.
What a song.
Yeah.
What a song.
I know.
I loved Run to Me.
I started a joke, started the whole world laughing.
Yeah.
That's another belter.
Yeah.
New York mining disaster.
Brilliant.
Way back then. Anyway,
you're right to point out as well. I mean, they wrote some songs. Obviously hits themselves. Yeah. But some of the songs they wrote.
Yeah.
Wow.
Samantha sang. She the number one hit, didn't she? Emotions. Yeah. That was the Bee Gees as well.
Really sad wee dolly, wasn't it?
I know.
I didn't even know she was unwell, mate.
No. And there'll be plenty more reactions to the sad news about Dolly on Virgin Radio. Our friend Chris Evans will be playing a bit of Dolly right the way through. Well done, Chris. And we'll have more Dolly all morning on talkSPORT Breakfast. Don't worry about that. And we might have a bit of Bee Gees. Right, let's have a wee bit of this.
The 150th anniversary test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army.
You know what this is?
Yeah. Fancy an old paid trip to Melbourne for 7 nights. Skippy!
Do that one again. The money's in the safe.
He fell down a hole.
A talking cacao. The money's in the safe, Skippy. Come on, where's the money, Skippy?
Oh, dear. Right, fancy old paid trip to Melbourne for 7 nights? Well, talkSPORT can be sending you and a mate down under in March.
We've got to get that one, mate. That's the one for us. We're talking 5-day match tickets, 7 nights hotel, an exclusive pre-match function with cricket legends, and a day trip to the Great Ocean Road with return flights and, wait for it, spending money included.
Brilliant. Head to talksport.com right now and enter for full T's and C's. I told you I've been invited there with Richard Griffiths. He's gone down there. Cruise round New Zealand, jump off at Melbourne, the cruise goes round to Sydney, then watch the 5-day test, jump on a plane to Sydney, pick the girls up.
And
it's the 150th anniversary.
I'm aware of that, but yeah. I take it you're taking them up in that.
I don't like cruises. It's not for me. Not for me. No. And now it's understood. What?
You're winding me up.
Oh, hello. You've been around the Scottish Isles. Caledonian McBrain.
By the way, it's beautiful.
I know.
Do you know who did that?
Fergie.
Yes. Have I told you that story?
No, because I read.
He did.
I'd like to.
Sir Alex did it. I think he took the boys and they hired the chef, hired the boat, and away they went up the Scottish West Coast Islands. That'd be fantastic, mate. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, don't get me wrong, the weather would be a bit iffy, but it'd be magic, wouldn't it?
No, I agree.
When are you getting up the road?
I know, I've got to get up there. When I can start sleeping again, I'm
you're sleeping that air coming off the lock.
Well, I'm not going to go in. I'm in the hospital tomorrow for a correction.
I do for.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll sort it. Anyway, now it's understood that Ollie Watkins has been offered £12 million a year to leave Villa for Al Hilal. It comes as Villa open talks with Chelsea over a record £65 million deal for Nicholas Jackson. Villa, of course, have been decimated this summer, losing Rodgers, Tielemans, Digne, and now potentially Ollie Watkins, with Martinez also looking likely to leave. Crikey. Gabby was greeting on drive all day yesterday. So is there any positivity in the Villa fan base? Let's bring presenter, counter, creator, and a big, big Villa fan, Amy Ross Finlay. Amy, very good morning.
Amy, good morning. How are you?
Morning, guys. I'm actually doing all right, you know. It doesn't sound like I should be, but we'll get into that. How are you guys?
We're in great form, Amy. We're in great form.
I'm puzzled though, Amy. What's happening with the Villa here? It's not right for the fans. It's not fair.
Yeah, I think the Ollie Watkins thing is the most unfair thing. Tielemans was a bit shocking, but Konza, I personally expected to leave. Rodgers, I thought he'd leave the season before. So it's not a huge surprise, but what is when one of your best players decides not to train for a week, subject to a potential move to Al Hilal. So fans are upset about that, but we're not actually as deflated as we should be after that 4-0 loss against Brighton as well.
Tell me, Amy, because that's exactly what I said to Al when he walked in. I mean, I don't know the full story. And looking at it from the outside, you know, Watkins is maybe looking around saying, well, as you mentioned, Tielemans, Konza, Rodgers, whoever it may be, they're all leaving. You know, I've now got an opportunity, an incredible opportunity to make completely life-changing money for everybody in my family.
The Watkins clan.
Yeah. I'm imagining the Villa fans a lot of them could probably accept that, but what they can't accept is somebody saying they're not going to play for the football club.
Exactly. I mean, we had no centre forward against Brighton the other day. It was at a family barbecue or something, and you know, we've seen things online. We're getting absolutely battered, and I think it's obviously for the fans. That's very, very painful. But Unai Emery stuck by him this last season, when he was not in good form. Obviously, he picked up good form near the end of the season. This manager's completely made the best player out of him and stood by him through his difficult patches. And that's what he goes and does in return. I think it's kind of unforgivable. So hearing today that the Al Hilal move is looking like it's probably on, that's because of the Jackson move as well. Fans are okay with it. I actually think it would make Villa Park a less toxic place when we return.
Yeah, well, 65 million for Nicholas. Listen, don't get me wrong, I hope he does well. And I mean that because when he first went to Chelsea, I thought, yeah, but I can't see him getting a barrel load of goals. I really can't. I don't think he's a natural finisher. But he could prove me wrong, and I hope he does, you know. So 65 million, I think that's a gamble, I do. And of course, Champions League coming up as well, which is, Amy, you know, is not easy. And every game in the Champions League is a tough one.
I know. I mean, we're kind of comparing the two as well, Ollie Watkins and Nicholas Jackson. And by metrics, Nicholas Jackson's actually slightly better. So if we're going sort of a like for like, we're actually potentially improving. He's also 25, so he's not even reaching his prime as a striker technically. And he's worked with Unai Emery before, so he knows the system. So I think it might seem like a gamble, but in this inflated market with players going for over 100 million, is it that crazy? I actually think it's a very decent move, and he's had his eye on him for apparently 2 years or so. So I'm quite excited about it. I wasn't so sure about Mateta. Apparently we've got our eye on Mateta as well.
Oh no, he's I don't know what age he is, but he puts himself about and gets goals.
Yeah. I think Mateta's 29, isn't he? So I don't know what the price would be for Mateta, but you know, I think that Nicholas Jackson would fit our system a bit better, especially as we've got the young boy Brian Maggio. I mean, he's only 17, but he's looking good. I mean, Ali will tell you, he saw him in Salzburg.
Oh, great, wasn't he? I mean, what a performance! Amy, I mean, seriously, what a performance that was. I mean, he ragdolled the big boy William Pacho. Yeah. He really did. I thought he was terrific. He held the ball up well. I mean, missed a couple of chances first half, got his goal. A big future for him. I want to ask you quickly, when we've got you on, how are you with the goalkeeping situation at the Villa at the moment?
Do you know what? I think goalkeepers are quite tough to replace, and I was aware of Suzuki before we signed him. Like, he was quite known, and he's been very, very good for like an international level with Japan. So I actually think we've replaced well. I'm upset with Emi Martinez because I love him, but after last season when he almost went to United, things for me haven't been the same, and I just feel like if he leaves now, you know, we won a trophy. I'm happy. He's a great world-class goalkeeper, world number one for years, but I'm quite excited about Suzuki. I think we're just being positive as Villa fans, you know.
Hope so.
You certainly are.
Listen, Amy, thank you.
Amy, thanks.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Thank you, and don't forget, You'll find out tomorrow who Villa, along with Arsenal, City, United and Liverpool, draw in the Champions League. Tune in to Drive from 4 o'clock for all the league phase fixtures as they come out of the hat. No Celtic, of course. Still to come on breakfast.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more with a Travis Perkins trade account and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
Yeah, well done, Ed. So that's 2 you got there. You didn't even realise what came before there. The Ford Ranger advert. Yeah, lovely. And then that. Austria, brilliant. Celtic are out of the Champions League. Austrian side Lask overturned a 3-0 first leg deficit to go through 5-4 in aggregate. Unbelievable. They'll join giants like Bodo Glimt, Como and Saba in the league phase without the Celts. Oh, you probably don't feel like it, boys, and I don't blame you. 03717 223344. Celtic fans, was that a Hall of Shame last night? Is that the worst in our history, by the way? With a lead like that, I'm not saying the team that beat us because they're half decent, but to chuck away a 3-0 lead, dear oh dear. We're taking your calls this morning, and that was our breakfast preview, our good friends at Ski Sunday. Sorry, Travis Perkins.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more at any Travis Perkins Hire or Benchmarks branch as a trade account holder and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
He's got to start performing, but he's been injured. So we've got no reference point. We've got nothing to really say about what he did at Liverpool because he had no real run in the team. And if Liverpool aren't going to play in a way that suits the player that they've bought, which is get the ball to him, then I'm not entirely sure what you're supposed to do. What's he supposed to do? Put the ball up on the edge of his 18-yard box and run the length of the pitch, and someone's going to be happy with that? You're not Heung-min Son, is he? He's a centre forward. And so with due respect to it, I look at it and say, yeah, is he? The question for me is, big players would have embraced that opportunity yesterday and gone back to Newcastle and wanted to prove a point. So is he a big game player? Is he a big club player?
I think we saw that. We saw that in Newcastle.
Should he not have demanded the ball?
What big games has he been at Newcastle?
Well,
big club?
Okay, I take you back to the semi-final Arsenal League Cup. You can say, look, it's the first thing they've won in 52 years or whatever it was at the time. And Isak was, he was at boiling point. He was ruthless.
When you play for Liverpool, you're expected to win. You're expected to be a top player. When you're at Newcastle, people anticipate and hope and will you to be such.
How's that? Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary Test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. And thanks to talkSPORT, Visit Victoria could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for two to watch the 150th anniversary Test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
10 minutes to 7 o'clock. Right, what do we know this Wednesday morning? Martin O'Neill is taking complete responsibility for Celtic's defeat to Lask last night as they threw away a 4-goal lead. Bruno Fernandes completed a clean sweep of individual awards for last season. He won the PFA Player of the Year. He won the Football Writers Player of the Year. That was earlier on in the year, of course. And Forest were booed off by some parts of the City Ground after they lost to Leeds United for the second time in a week. This time in the Carabao Cup, and a nightmare start for Oliver Glasner. He spoke to talkSPORT after the game and explained, "I'm not a miracle worker."
Players come in and all of a sudden we play for winning the league. You know, it's we have to accept the reality. The reality was, I think, position 16, 10 or 9 months playing against not getting relegated. That was the reality, and then it's not a new manager comes in, and now everything works. Yeah, no, it's just the players who can change it. We can support them. We will support them, but we need every single one. We need to work together. We need to stick together. That's what we did so far. But again, it's a process. We are still at the beginning of our process, and I know, because I faced this, to be honest, at every single club. Yeah, that there were a few tough moments, especially at the beginning, but after a certain time we started to improve. We have to improve our fitness level. We have to improve.
Yeah, there you go. Oliver Glasner there. A tough start for Forest. They have to pick up. How much time do you think, Ali? Marinakis, we know he's not a patient man, but he's got to let him get on with it.
Of course he has. Of course he has. I mean, the fact, I think you said there are some booing in the fans, just everybody calm down. Forest will be fine. They'll be absolutely fine. I'd say I fancy Leeds to do okay again this year.
Yeah,
Leeds are a good side.
I watched bits of the first game against Leeds.
Yeah,
in the league, it could have gone either way.
Of course it could have.
Right, Celtic are getting pelters all morning. I'm fed up with Ali already. Although saying that, he's not gone too mad. And it's about to get even worse because one of his old Rangers teammates has called up to discuss his brilliant new book and laugh at me even more. Oh, how lovely. Former Rangers midfielder Billy Mackay, who's just released his book, The Miracle Man. Morning, Billy.
Bleepard, how are you?
Good morning. I'm fine, Ali. How are you?
Listen, mate.
Both.
We're in top form, Billy. Absolutely top form. Got told last night you were coming on, mate, and I've been super excited. First of all, tell me what's been happening. When did the book? What's all about the book?
Well, the book, Ali, it came out of nothing. My wife and I were away up in Aviemore on holiday, and this morning I picked up my phone, and one of the chats we've got in our group here, somebody had taken a photograph of an article in the Courier, and I looked at it, and it was all about me, and I knew nothing about it, not a thing. And what struck me was it was so accurate.
Yeah.
And my wife, when we got home, my wife got in touch with the Courier just to say, look, we appreciated that, it was so accurate. And the journalist who did it wanted to come out and meet us.
Yeah.
And he came out to the house, and I showed him some of the stuff, Ali, that we had accumulated over the years. And he said to me, I would like to do a story, Billy. Would you consider it?
Is this Graham, Billy?
This is Graham, yeah.
Yes.
And I said, yeah, I if you feel that you would like to do this, then okay, let's have a go. And what transpired was he came down to see me every Wednesday night last year, 2025, and we sat down for an hour and a half at a time, and it was actually quite interesting as it unfolded. And so here we are now, and so the book is launched, and we were actually, both of us were down at Ibrox yesterday.
Yeah.
And Ali, I have to tell you, they were absolutely brilliant. And
so they should be. That's great.
The door, and Alan Potts, the man there, he welcomed me in, and we had a great time. And it brought back a lot of memories, I have to tell you.
Oh, Billy, well, listen, mate, I was thinking about it when I found out it came on last night.
What, doing a book?
Oh, no, it just took me back, man. Can you remember, Bleeper, was it wee Josie used to say, well, if you don't want to play, you'll run, Bleeper. You know, it's all that. It's changed days, mate, isn't it? It's changed days.
It's a different thing altogether. Another thing, too, when I was in the area, I looked, and the Albion, and that obviously brings back so many memories. And I recall, and you'll remember this, when you had shooting training, and if somebody booted the ball over the wall, they had to go and get it. And you're talking about a Rangers player going onto a busy main road, picking up a football to bring it back into training.
It's a fact. It's a fact, Bleeper.
By the way, Billy, have you done an audio book? Have they asked you to do that? Because that takes forever, but it's really worth doing.
I never knew about that.
Oh, yeah. People, on the train listen to it and all that. And it does take a while, though, to do, but it's worth doing, I promise you.
But an amazing, Billy, you talk about that shooting, the drill. I remember it well because, as you're probably well aware, I used to put 1 or 2 over that wall myself. But you look at the training facilities that the teams have got now. We were going over there, and if the pitch wasn't playable, we would train on the ash, the black and red ash.
Yeah. But the other thing that yesterday, when Graham was with me, and you'll remember this, I said to Graham, we were standing outside Ibrox looking at the main door before we were due in.
Yeah.
And I said, every morning, the Rangers team would come out of that door, walk along the main road, past all the traffic, cross a road, and then go into this place to do training. And as you correctly say, it was an ash surface. And if it was in the middle of winter and you fell, by Jove, you knew about it.
Oh, aye.
And it was just the basics, but that's what it was.
And a quick one on, you'll have millions of stories to tell, Bill. I'm really looking forward to reading it. Hearts as well, through in Edinburgh.
Oh, yeah. It's... I mentioned in the book an incident that you were involved with. And,
steady now, Billy. Let's not go crazy here now.
Right, it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. And you were driving a Vauxhall SRI. Do you remember it?
Yeah, I do.
Right, I was driving a Vauxhall Nova, right? And it's a tiny wee motor. And I had in the motor with me Craig Patterson.
Yeah.
So we got to this set of traffic lights just up that Dumbreck Road, right? And you're behind me, and there's a car in front of me at the traffic lights, and you started pumping your horn, and the boy in front was going apoplectic. He was actually going apoplectic. And I'm beginning to panic because I knew, and you've got a stony face, so he's no suspecting you. He's really no suspecting you.
Mind you, Billy was always pumping in those days.
And anyway, the thing was, away we went, and then you drew up at the side of your car, and I rolled down the window. And...
Oh no!
Oh no! We've lost Billy. We've lost him.
You got to read that book.
The whole world's going to think I've turned him off because he's just about to put me away. Honestly.
He's back. Right, Billy, finish off.
What happened was, you drew up in your car, and I rolled down the window, and you looked in at me and you said, Bleeper, get that washing machine out the road. The biggest achievement that day, actually, looking back, was how I got Craig into the motor, because he was a huge unit, by the way.
6'4" or something, big Craig.
He was 6'4", Ali. And do you know what? By the time I got him in, he was that far, he had the seat that far back, that when he glanced to his left, he was looking out the rear window, the rear back window.
Billy, what's the book called? Because I've got to break. What's the book called?
It's called Miracle Man.
Miracle Man, right, brilliant.
It's embarrassing in some ways, but Graham picked up that when I made to come back again, to go to the Hearts, one of the papers had dubbed it a miracle, and in many respects it was, actually, from where I came, and Ali will testify to that.
100%, mate.
How I play it again, I don't know. It's amazing.
Bleeper, I've got to say to you, mate, what a tonic talking to you this morning, mate. Brought so many memories back. We'll need to catch up Look after yourself, pal, and book. I don't have any doubt the book will be a massive success, pal.
Listen, I do appreciate you guys asking me on, and it's really good to speak to you, Ali.
Welcome.
Thanks, Alan.
Great to see you,
Welcome,
mate.
Billy.
Take care, Billy.
Thank you, Billy Mackay, the medical man. Have a look at that. Also, Johnny Wark's got a new one out. Johnny Wark Era. It's very, very good. All the stats and the goals he scored. It's fantastic. You watch the goals he scored.
No, I know it, mate. Don't worry
Brilliant.
about
What
that.
a finisher. Right, okay, that's great news. Tell us about so Billy, the medical man, right? You got to read that, Ali.
Absolutely, I'm getting that.
Right,
no
coming up. Former Rangers midfielder Billy Mackay, they're coming up. We're taking your calls. Celtic fans, 03717 22 3344. Just, it's remarkable, really, when you think about it. You know, 3-0 lead, scoring away from home and still gonna. Is that the worst result in our history? And Champions League, by the way, it's massive in terms of finance. And those great European nights at Parkhead, you won't be seeing any this year. Not in the big league, no chance. But up next, it's all about Spurs, as Ali is not completely convinced by their recruitment this summer. Of course, Charlton in good form go to Tottenham.
I've got a league table in front of me. Guess who's bottom?
Who's bottom? Who's bottom?
Your mob. You're bottom. Bottom of the table, Jay. Jay, do you know what, mate? I offered you 10th the other day.
Look, mate.
You going down?
Mate, please, come on.
What do you mean, come on? You're bottom of the table. You're bottom. I mean, you love flirting with the bottom of the table. You've started the season bottom of the table. You could go down, Jay, again.
Well, on that, if we play like that, we'll go down. If we play like that, we will go down. It's as simple as that. Forget top four. Forget European football. Forget all this, guff that we've been talking about with players coming in, a new era at Tottenham. If we play like that, we'll go down. Because you cannot turn up to a football match and play like that. That's embarrassing. They should be ashamed of themselves. Ashamed of themselves. How can you go through pre-season and then start like that?
They're going to clap the fans.
You can't start pre-season. You can't go through pre-season, all right, giving it the big un, and then turn up and play against Brentford like that. That is a disgrace, an absolute disgrace. And we get scammed every season by Richarlison, who scores a couple of goals in pre-season. You go.
Football fans all have stadiums we love, but do any of us have a pitch that we love? It might sound like an odd question, but pitches can be different sizes with big consequences. Why is that? And what are the actual rules? Back when association football started, pitches could be up to 100 metres wide and 200 metres long. That's longer than Ellen Road. Not the pitch, the stadium. Anyway, UEFA wanted a standard across Europe for international matches, which became 105 metres long and 68 metres wide. But some clubs had been rebels, not intentionally, but because of the stadiums. Take Highbury, for example. It was 5 metres shorter and a metre narrower, meaning away sides had a challenge to adjust. White Hart Lane was exactly the same. And actually, when Spurs temporarily moved to Wembley, they asked the FA to shorten the pitch. The FA, very offended by the sacrilegious suggestion, said no, which in fairness could have actually benefited Tottenham, because when they moved into their shiny new stadium, the pitch was exactly the same size as Wembley's. Today, Forest Pitch at the City Ground is a big un. It's 2 metres wider than any other pitch in the Premier League. But the smallest of all, Craven Cottage, just 100 metres long and 65 wide. No excuse for not tracking your man. There are a couple of crazy outliers in Europe too. At Napoli's home ground, the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, the pitch is a whopping 110 metres long. At least they don't play on a slope like Newcastle do. There's a 2-metre incline on the pitch at St James's Park. And don't get me started on the old pitch at Yeovil too. It used to be a slant of 2 metres corner to corner and across the halfway line. So UEFA have their standards. So do the FA, but they do give pitches in England some wiggle room. Pitches can be anywhere between 90 and 120 metres long and between 45 and 90 metres wide. I mean, the rules state you can't have a square pitch, but in theory you could have one that's 91 metres long and 90 wide. Imagine rocking up to play a Sunday League game and the pitch is basically a square. So there are rules and regulations on sizes, with a UEFA standard that roughly everyone follows. But as we all know, size doesn't matter, does it?
Good morning, 7 minutes past 7 o'clock. talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil, Ally McCoist, and Arnold Clark's Deal Drop. Get the new car feeling without the new car price. Discover some of the biggest savings and find your next car today. Having a go at Billy's car, calling it a washing machine.
That was poor, wasn't it? Mind you, it was.
Hairdryer, maybe.
It was an upgrade from the hairdryer. I remember.
Spurs might have finished 17th twice in a row, but that hasn't stopped them splashing the cash all summer, with a spending now over £300 million. So yesterday, Spurs finally announced the signing of Savinho for a whopping £85 million. £85 million from City. He's managed only 2 Premier League goals from 53 games. OK, he's a wide player, but 2 out of 53. And his City teammate, Marmoush, doesn't look too far behind. Tottenham's other signings this summer: Tonali, £100 million, Fernandes, £85 million, Van Heck, £52 million, Robertson free, Senesi free, and Dubravka free. So is this good recruitment or chaotic spending? Let's get a Tottenham perspective from someone who knows the club better than anyone. Man who played over 200 league games for the club, winning the FA Cup and back-to-back years UEFA Cup as well. Paul Maxi Miller joins us. Maxi, morning.
Morning, Maxi. How are you?
Good morning, boys. Good morning. Are you still talking to each other after last night?
I'm doing a little bit more of the talking, Maxi, thankfully.
Hey, Maxi, I know you're dead keen, but for God's sake, the game doesn't start till tonight and you're all dressed up in your Tottenham uniform.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd come in early and do it from the office rather than home, because obviously the 2 young children making a noise.
Two young children at your age?
Well, yes, exactly. Yeah.
Adoptions or not?
and back in work full time as well. Back in the city where I've been for many years, so I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Well, Alan told me that, Max. How did that come about? That's great news.
Yeah. I've joined CMC Markets. It's a trading company here, and we trade for all individuals over the world in all sorts of precious metals, shares, whatever.
Have you not just sponsored Everton?
Pardon?
Have you sponsored Everton?
And we are sponsoring Everton this season, so a lot more people all over the world are going to see who we are, and this is great PR for us. And I've known the boss here many years, Peter Cruddish, who you've met, Baz, and who's a Lord and a Baron. Ain't many of those come out of Hackney. But we've got a great team here and a lot of people, and it's great to be back in the city.
Well, Maxie, get yourself up to. Well, the city's fantastic, as we know, but get yourself up to Goodison and meet the Prime Minister.
I'm going soon. I met Andy first 25 years ago with my good friend Charlie Whelan, who was the spin doctor for the Labour Party then. So I've known him a long while.
I'm not sure your politics would go with the Prime Minister's, Maxie, with the greatest respect.
The football sort of stops there with my politics. But then, you know, we're both working class lads. He just talks different from us, doesn't he? Yeah?
Paul, right, tell us, what about Tottenham then? That was a shocker first game, wasn't it?
Yeah, I went on Saturday. I was at Brentford. Travelled with the fans, came home with the fans, and it was not good. They weren't happy. But it's going to take time. Well, we've signed so many players, new players, and
what were you saying? You come back in the train, and what were they saying to you, Paul?
Well, I can't repeat most of it, what they said. They were all frustrated like we all were. And, you know, and obviously we've got a fantastic following, Spurs. They go all over the country. You know, we sell every game out where we play away. And they were just, well, we didn't turn up. Be fair, I thought we got away with 3. It could have been 5 or 6.
Wow.
But, you know, we were missing probably 5 or 6 players who were going to play consistently. They didn't play on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because of the World Cup and a few injuries or whatever. Obviously, we signed another great player yesterday, and I think there's 2 more to come this week. You know, the board have laid out a lot of money, put their money up front, and just hopefully now we can get it right. But it's going to take a little bit of time. I think we've got to be patient.
Well, tonight, Paul, you were telling me Charlton are bringing up, I think, 9,000 to Tottenham, which is going to be a great atmosphere. And by the way, they're cock-a-hoop at the moment after beating West Ham.
Brilliant start.
Well, yeah, they've had 2 wins. I mean, it's one of my old clubs. Was involved there for 2 relegation battles, which we stayed up, thankfully. But they're bringing 9,000. They haven't played at the new stadium. That's why their fans are coming as well. They'll make some noise, and it's a difficult game. I mean, any game's difficult, in especially London derbies with an atmosphere. But we've got to turn up. You know, realistically, this is one of the only trophies we can win or get to a final. You know, I don't think we're not in Europe. I don't think we're going to win the league this year. I think that's only 2 or 3 clubs can win that. And you know, the League Cup offers a great chance to get to Wembley. And if you get a little bit of luck on the jaws, and certainly tonight, it's a big game for us.
Yeah. Paul, tell me, mate, you quite rightly mentioned the players that are either missing, excuse me, or suspending the bench. You had Fernandes, Maddison and boys like that, and you had injured players and boys at the World Cup, but it's Porro, Sarr, Kudus, Van de Ven. Do you know the one that I think, and he's been out for a long time, the one I think they're really missing, I think he's a top player, Kulusevski.
Absolutely. I mean, he had a really bad injury. I don't think many of us knew how bad it was, and he's training. We desperately missed him because without doubt he was our best player. You know, and fantastic player, can play anywhere. Good ability, skills, made lots of goals for us, and certainly the strikers have suffered because of that. That's another thing we've got to get a striker in. But yeah, I mean, he's been a big miss. So was Maddison. You know, you're missing lots. Kudus got injured. You know, we got so many players injured last year. You couldn't make it up. You know? Yeah. And yet they train on perfect pitches every week, and obviously play on perfect pitches. Where it happens, and they've got the best medical facilities in the world. You know, when we play, we didn't have scanning machines, and they used to give us injections to play, didn't they? So it's a lot different. And
now. By the way, we wanted to play because we needed the dosh, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, and we only had 15-man squads. I mean, today they got 30 players.
Yeah,
it's a different world today.
By the way, you were missed yesterday. Was it yesterday? Ozzy called me, Bilko and Blakey on the golf course. You're working now, mate, and you can't play.
Well, exactly. I'm missing out. And Robbo was playing there as well. Imagine the arguments they were having.
He's just a blatant cheat, Robbo. Don't worry about that.
Robbo.
Well, as you know, so is Ozzy. I mean, Ozzy. If he gets on the green, it's a gimme.
Hey, Maxie, I still tell the story to this day. Playing in your testimonial with Robbo, the 2 to the back. Honest to goodness, me and wee Flecky up front. You played keep you up with the 2 years for about 90 minutes.
Yeah, but I gave you a lovely decanter after, didn't
I? Max,
great days. Yeah, great day.
Max, enjoy the game tonight. Say hello to the lads for me.
Take care, mate.
And
don't work too hard.
Cheers.
Paul Miller there played at Charlton. Scored in the UEFA Cup final as well,
right.
I suppose.
Anderlecht.
By the way, they've got a great camaraderie.
They have, haven't they?
Ozzy phoned me from the golf course. And, you know, they all get together a lot.
Great, that's what it's all about, mate.
I know.
Isn't it brilliant?
They're brilliant like that, Tom. They really are. And my friend Graham, or Paul's, and Ozzy's friends got the stud, and we're always down at the stud, which is magnificent. Parties, and it's just beautiful, really is.
Great setup.
But that, going back to the game, it's going to be a cracker tonight. Charlton will go there, nothing to lose. They'll take 9,000 there, they'll make a noise. It'll be great night. That's the place to go tonight.
Yeah,
By the way, I've just seen the Ipswich goals last night. Nunez's goal. What a goal that was.
It's 40, 50 yards, lobbed the goalie.
Cracker.
Just saw it myself.
Okay, coming up, we turn attention back. Oh, no. To Celtic as a crash out of Europe in embarrassing fashion last night. I was looking through the results in the Austrian side, and I just by chance, with Maxi winning the UEFA Cup in '84, I actually scored against Austria Vienna. Home and away.
Is that right?
In that 84, yeah.
Yeah, in that year.
I don't know if I got a medal or not. I'm not sure. I scored 4 that year in the UEFA Cup running.
Surely you must have got a medal.
I did, but it was it wasn't a new one. But
no,
it was just keep him happy, give him that. Anyway, I've still got it. 03717 223344. Celtic. Was that, how do I say this? Crashing out of Europe, embarrassing fashion. How do we chuck away a 3-0 lead and then score away from home and still go out? If you feel like it, give us a call. 7:15.
Yeah, fair play to Hull. I think Sergei Yakirovich is going to prove to be a very tactically astute manager. He's got Dean Holden as his assistant, obviously a boyhood United fan, but he was absolutely buzzing with that win over his club, and they deserved it, Hull. I thought they were brilliantly organised. I've pretty much been the only pundit on talkSPORT saying I think they've got a chance of staying up, and maybe people will come round to that way of thinking now. But the lack of energy, effort and endeavour from those Manchester United players is unforgivable. The bare minimum away from home against a newly promoted team on the opening day of the season, you have to match their levels of commitment. And these United players did not do that. And is it a surprise you look at people like Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw? These players have been part of the problem for too long, haven't they?
So is Carlos Baleba the answer to your problems then? And is it going to happen, Crookie?
It's going to happen. I'm told it could even be announced as early as today. Whether he's the answer or not, I don't know, because you look at United defensively, so poor, the 2 goals they conceded. I've mentioned Shaw already. They definitely need an upgrade in the left-back department. It seems to be every summer they target one area of the team, the United hierarchy. Last summer it was the forward line, obviously bringing Cunha and Mbumo and Šeško. This time it's 3 midfielders. Tillerman's miles off the pace for me at Hull, and Santos didn't cover himself in glory, but...
How's that? Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. Thanks to talkSPORT, Visit Victoria could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for 2 to watch the 150th anniversary test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
Okay, 7:20. Great, you met your old mate there talking to me, Maxie.
Isn't that great? You can't beat it, can you?
You mentioned Graham Roberts there. I played Ipswich Youth against Pompey Youth. Ian St John was the manager of Portsmouth. And this guy kicked me up and down for 90 minutes. And I scored in the last minute or something to win 1-0. And I stood over him, get in there, you animal. It was Graham Roberts. I didn't realise.
Honestly, God, see Robo. See some of the Scotland-England games at the 5-a-sides at Rangers. Robo should have got to jail.
He'd feel like Barney Rubble, didn't he? See, Maxie was nasty. Maxie, he couldn't do it now with VAR. He was nasty. When the ref wasn't looking at it, he'd look at linesman and go, "Flush, give you an elbow in the ear."
Flecky and I played against them in Maxie's testimonial, him and Robbo, right? And I think the opening 5 minutes, Maxie tackled wee Flecky around about the chest.
Come on the other day, Flecky.
Was Flecky on?
On, yeah, he was asking for you.
How was he?
Yeah, good, look good, yeah.
Isn't it great to talk to the boys, Max? A wee bully, wee bleeper. That was brilliant.
And Ipswich at the weekend, Franz Tyson turned up.
I saw the picture,
brilliant.
Mate. That must have been fabulous.
Oh, he's a lovely guy.
And you said a few of the boys were there working, Mickey Mills.
Yeah, but I've not seen Millsy for a while, so that's great. Lovely, really was.
Good.
Things are good. Right, last night, Celtic crashed out of the Champions League, the latest poor result in a long line of recent European failures. I can't believe it.
You're Celtic United, but baby, I've decided you're the best team I've ever seen.
PSG 7, Celtic 1.
7 for Barcelona.
Midtjylland 2, Celtic 1 after extra time. They are out of the Champions League.
And Kairat have done it!
Wow, he's very nice.
And Lask, who failed to win any of their last 11 matches in Europe, have completed a remarkable comeback.
Big Al! Can you hear me, Big Al? You're about to win Bean Haggis, Scotty Brown, Henry Lawson.
Oh, Cundy getting in the act as well, eh?
Listen, I've got to say to you.
Hey, Jason could have played last night, by the way.
I normally do, but I listened to the two of them last night. Oh, man. They were at their unbearable best.
Were they? I should listen last night because I was lying about it. I just couldn't get my... couldn't close my eyes. Unbelievable. So no Celtic in the draw tomorrow, which is disappointing. Some of your childhood dreams when you look back and you think, I remember them
Real Madrid, Barcelona.
Inter Milan, and some of the great games. Big Billy McNeil popping up the far post, get in there.
Well, you get back now.
I know. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Instead, Celtic drop into the Europa League. Let's head to the phone lines and speak to a Celtic supporter, Ian. Morning, Ian.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Well, astonished, really, but there you go. Nothing, nothing surprising me with Celtic now.
No. First of all, as Martin said, no excuses. Absolutely no excuses. Yeah. When you're 4-0 up with 70 minutes to go, you should be able to close the game out.
Yeah.
We didn't fall off a cliff, Alan. We threw ourselves off it like lemmings.
Yeah.
I mean, the Negan back pass, lemming. Trusty, lemming.
Yeah.
It was a lemming show last night. It was a suicide display.
He does that, Ian, Trusty. I'm not just blaming him, right? But the times that he makes mistakes lead to goals. And do you know what? I was looking at the goals as well. We had loads of bodies around the opposition, but couldn't get a challenge in. Sometimes one of the goals we had 4 against 2, and they still scored. That's not good enough.
Well, let's remember, Dundee United only last week, a very average Dundee United, hit the woodwork 5 times against us.
Yeah. Nah, Ian, when that draw's made, I can't believe it. I was looking forward to a European campaign, great nights at Parkhead, and now, we're down we go to the lower league. It's not. It's unnecessary. That shouldn't have happened.
Shouldn't have.
No.
And as I was saying, now I'm wondering how many rounds we'll have to qualify to get a shot at the Champions League next year.
I know, you're right. Ian, anyway, keep your chin up. It's very, very disappointing. Stop smiling, you.
I'm not smiling.
Remember, Celtic won't be in the Champions League draw. That's live on talkSPORT tomorrow at 4 p.m. on Drive. Right, time now.
I thought you caught Ian off about short there.
No. Well, Katie's here, and Katie's laughing as well. Maybe I should have. Maybe you're right, Ali. Time for another coffee break.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Get a regular Costa Express drink as part of your Tesco meal deal at participating Tesco stores. Terms and conditions apply. Green girls, blue sky. You better throw a party on the day that I die. Green grass, blue
We had. I mean, what you got to say about we had this morning?
Ed, I knew it was coming. By the way, we're talking one of the board spent the night in the pokey, I believe. I was reading the other day. Did you know that, Ali? Right, what we got, Katie?
Okay, so we are playing Green Grass. Me and Ali are in a very jolly mood this morning, dancing around the studio. Do you know this song? Who this is, Alan?
Yes. Yeah. He never stops smiling.
Yeah.
It has to be George Ezra.
It is.
Yes. George, by the way, George has been on here and he's a great guy. Nice guy.
He's another one. When was he on, George? I like George.
He's too busy doing telly all over the place. Commentary,
George.
Swiss banks and all that.
Well,
George was great.
Swiss banks. and the rest. So we are playing this song because the headline, we're doing front pages, so this is normally where we get a little bit silly. Jack and the Beanstalk. Yes.
An interesting front page, that.
Well, not the lady. I'm talking about
sorry.
Jack the Beanstalk, because Jack Grealish is starting to grow his own vegetables.
Love it.
He is singing Come On You Greens after winning a planning fight to change woodland behind his lovely mansion into a garden so he can grow vegetables. Alan, do you enjoy a bit of gardening?
Absolutely. No, I don't. No, my wife does. Yeah, she loves it. And we have actually got a gardener now. But for years and years, like her mum, she wants to do it all.
Somebody told me Graham's into it. Graham Soon is into it.
Oh, he's into everything, swimming the channel a lot, isn't he?
Somebody said to me that he's into growing his vegetables, and we'll have to find that out.
A few of the
My dad used to do it.
Beckham's do, although you can't see David on his knees, with a trowel, can you? He's got about 10 gardeners.
I like the idea of that. My dad used to do brilliant rhubarb.
Oh, yeah. Rhubarb custard, one of my favourite
My mum used to make a jam out of rhubarb and all that stuff.
What?
Oh, aye. Potatoes.
And a 2 up, 2 down, and he's got right. Are you having a laugh?
It wasn't the biggest garden.
Or was it an allotment? Captain Bray's allotment.
That's what they used to have them in the place. No, I don't think that's a bad idea.
Do you enjoy gardening?
You know something? I've vowed I'm going to start it.
Yeah.
Right. I really have.
I love a nice garden.
Aye, it's great.
Yeah, I do. I love it.
My mate Jeff, different class. She's garden man. You name it's in it. Brilliant he is.
Yeah, it's very therapeutic.
Yes.
Show me an else, Katie. You're not a gardener.
No. Not yet, anyway.
No.
A few more years, I think, and then I'll get into my gardening. But Alan, you're not in the pub as much, so maybe gardening can be a new hobby. You can take up.
My back's bad enough. Never mind bending. Doing
that wouldn't be good for you.
No, but I do. I tell you what I do. I'm getting old. I love feeding the birds.
Oh, nice.
We've got some great birds in our garden. We've got buzzards.
I love a buzzard. Bird of prey, beautiful, beautiful.
All right, top 5 birds. Here we go.
A golden eagle.
I love my blackbirds. Right, they're my favourites in the garden.
Blackbirds.
Oh, they are so. They're the best. They're the best.
Blackbirds.
Out of all the birds you could have chosen.
Sea eagle. I'll go top to bottom.
Oh, hold on a minute. A sea eagle when you go fishing, yeah, it doesn't fly over your garden, does it?
No.
I have got kites.
Good sound effect.
Kites and buzzards.
I remember we were up outside Oban and we were out in the boat and there was 3 sea eagles. Stunning. I'll throw in my next one.
All right, I remember going to the SeaWorld and seeing a sea eagle flying over.
No, but
that doesn't mean you say that's my favourite bird, does it?
This is Scotland. I love a sea eagle. And I'll flip it again. The smallest bird in the United Kingdom. I told this story yesterday. Smallest bird in the United Kingdom is what?
Wren?
No.
No?
No. I remember, no. Me and the boys were down the woods and we found a beautiful little goldcrest nest. It was like a... Do you know what it was like?
Oh, you were egg pinching.
No, we weren't.
Out of order.
No, I'll give you my word. We absolutely didn't touch it at all. But there was 10 eggs in it and we took it out of the look. And it was,
you shouldn't touch them.
I know you shouldn't, but it was fine because we went back maybe about a week later and there was chicks. Anyway, the goldcrest is, I think it's still the smallest bird in the United Kingdom.
Oh, you think it is?
No, it's not definitely.
He's backtracking now.
He's backtracking, isn't he?
It definitely is.
No, my kites and my buzzards, I love.
But birds of prey.
Yeah, but they're beauties. They come so low, swoop right down just above your head. Brilliant.
You know which birds I love? The puffin. I love a puffin.
The puffin.
They're struggling at the moment.
Oh, are they?
Oh, they are. They are.
Seriously?
Yeah, because they nest on the ground. And there's too many rats and all sorts now that
they nested in cliffs.
Well, and the ground as well. Yeah, but they are struggling at the moment.
And the fastest animal in the planet is
the cheetah.
No. Is a bird an animal? Of course it is. It's a bird.
Oh, it's is it an osprey?
No.
Seagull? No.
Oh,
go on then.
Peregrine falcon.
Of course it is. They've got them in London.
It reaches ridiculous speeds.
Got them in London.
Coming flying down.
What? Faster than cheetah?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you don't seem confident.
I'm 100% confident.
Well,
and by the way,
does they catch a pigeon?
I'll tell you right now. I'll bet it's 40 miles an hour quicker than the cheetah.
That's a big statement.
That is a big statement. I'm standing by
8:10:89
until you prove me wrong, lady.
By the way, I think you need a coffee.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. He's just died, isn't he, Bill Oddie? Not another job, for God's sake. Right, that was all thanks to Costa Express. Coming up with turning attention to the latest from the transfer market and whether Manchester United fans are about to spend even more after signing Balaba. He's a good player, by the way, yesterday.
Like him.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Get a regular Costa Express drink as part of your Tesco meal deal at participating Tesco stores. Terms and conditions apply.
Mate, we ain't back, are we?
No.
We ain't back.
No,
I'm
you're
a
not.
bit worried, mate. I'm a bit worried now.
You're taking 10th? You consider... Okay, give me this. I'm giving you 10th now. Are you considering it?
Maybe. Yeah, I might put...
Mate, at 7:30 on Saturday, you might be taking both arms off.
Oh, God. You know what I'm worried about, right? We made all these signings.
What part are you worried about?
No, I mean, the front three is just so bad. I can't believe that front three. It was unbelievable. Mikey Moore, Tell and Richarlison. The team looked worse than last season. Like, when you actually looked at it, Spurs' team looked worse than last season. The only player you'd say in there was Tonali, where we paid 100 million for him, right?
Toenail.
But, like, really...
Tonali.
Van Hecker and Senesi at the back, right? Van de Ven is better than Senesi. Van Hecker had a bit of a stinker. Romero, on his day, is better than Van Hecker, all right? Archie Gray is not as good as Porro.
Every spring, sports fans in Europe come together to celebrate arguably rugby's biggest annual tournament, the Six Nations. But why is it the home nations, plus France and Italy, and no one else? It all started back in 1871 when Scotland beat England in the very first international rugby match. A few years later, when they could field a team, Wales decided they'd host England and an idea was thought up. With Ireland keen, they formed the Home International Championship, which ran from 1883. In 1910, France was allowed to join, as they were developing into a serious rugby nation, and thus the Five Nations was born. France had an interesting history with the championship. They were actually booted out for paying their players in 1931, when the home nations were keen to keep it amateur. After World War II, though, France were let back in, but it remained a closed shop for more than 50 years. And when another country was let in, it was only really because the Five Nations hand had been forced. Italy was developing into a serious contender, beating Scotland, France and Ireland twice in the same year, meaning in 1999 officials got together and said yes to Italy, and it became the Six Nations. So what changes, if any, come next? 7 nations? 8? A promotion and relegation system? Or should we leave it alone and let it remain the great rugby tradition it's become?
By the way,
there's some great messages coming in.
Brilliant. Yes, I've got to give him a mention.
Go on.
I've got to give him a mention. Kenny the Jambo's messaged in. He says, Ali, you've got it wrong. He says, the smallest bird in Scotland actually comes from Glasgow. It's called the Hawfinch.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil, Ally McCoist and Arnold Clark. It's the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online. Now, the Carabao Cup second round got underway last night. Forest, the first Premier League side to crash out, losing at home to Leeds United for the second time in 4 days. Elsewhere, West Ham won 4-1 at Saints. Coventry beat Plymouth 4-2 down in Devon. Núñez scored from 45 yards in Ipswich 3-1 win over Leicester. Cracking goal. Adrian Durham's Posh won 5-1 at Watford. That surprised Adrian. And Brentford thumped Birmingham 6-1 away. Wow. Staying with Brentford, they're the talk of the town on the latest episode of No BS, talkSPORT's brand new podcast focusing on the 14 non-Big Six Premier League sides. Here's host Max Scott discussing the 3-0 victory over Tottenham on Saturday.
They were completely sort of dominated by Brentford. Fitness-wise, physicality, wanted it more, were better technically, tactically. You know, everyone talks about De Zerbi's press being impossible to deal with. Well, that wasn't the case whatsoever. Keith Andrews, you know, I say we, people were sort of giving him the set-piece coach sort of label in a derogatory way. And he's really just demonstrated that in the right environment, with trust, with a proper recruitment plan, with a philosophy and a culture, these words that sort of people take the mickey out of for sounding a bit woke, that you can really become an elite manager. You cannot tell me Keith Andrews isn't elite manager for the squad that he's built.
I was thinking that, to be honest.
Done a great job, hasn't he?
Brilliant, absolutely.
Fantastic job.
Max won't be happy at the moment with his Forest side, that's for sure. Big Forest man, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right, yesterday, talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, Crookie, had a big falling out with a chunk, live, there's a shock, on the sports bar on the signing of Savio for Spurs.
I think you'll find Belieber at 70 million is going to be better value for money than Savinho at 85.
Oh, mate, you're talking absolute crap.
I'll have a little bet for you. Let's have a little bet. Who has the better season?
You signed Anthony for 75 million. You sold Pogba for £100 million.
What's going on here? Why are you two falling out?
No, but
hold on, what's going on?
Because I keep hearing Crookie go on like Man United are doing good deals.
What's happening here? Why are you two
rowing? Like Spurs are spending too much money on players. Like,
we'll have a forfeit at the end of the season, Jamie. Jason can judge at the end of the season. Right. Whoever makes more impact for their club, Belieber or Savinho, the loser has to do a show. You do it in a United shirt. I'll do it in a
Crookie. Savinho could score 25 goals this season, and Cundy will still say Belieber's at it.
Belieber's going to be the better player.
He ain't going to score 25 goals this season,
none whatsoever. None.
Not on past records.
No
this time next week, the summer transfer window will be closed, so plenty of deals left to wrap up over the next 6 days. Let's bring in talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, Alex Crook. Crookie, morning.
Crookie, how are you?
Morning, boys. You made me smile out when you said that. That means this time next week I can get my life back.
Oh,
exactly, mate.
Don't listen to him, by the way, the chunk. Honestly, he's clutching at straws, mate. Honestly. What about Liverpool? Liverpool about to lose Gakpo. No, I think that's a good signing, whoever buys Gakpo. If he goes, where's he going, Gakpo?
Well, it's not nailed on, but Tottenham in the box seat for him. We know there's a bit of interest from Manchester City, but I was told by a reliable source a couple of days ago that's unlikely.
Really?
I think there's a few pieces of the jigsaw that need to fall into place. Liverpool need to agree a fee with PSG for Bradley Barker and maybe bring in a second forward player as well, and then they would sanction Cody Gakpo to join Tottenham. And I actually think Gakpo for Spurs would be a good signing.
That's a good signing. I like Gakpo. I do. I think he's very well. He's way above average, isn't he?
No, I'd agree with that, Crookie. The question I would ask you, Crookie, is that exactly what Spurs need? Tottenham need?
I think they need a bit of quality. Obviously, a Premier League title winner in Cody Gakpo's case, and had a really good season when they did win the league. Fell away a bit last year, but was probably their best forward player at Newcastle at the weekend. I think ideally Liverpool will want to keep him, but this shows that they need to balance the books. Obviously, had a big summer window this time last year, and they are keen to get this Barker deal done. There were more talks between them and PSG yesterday, and I do think this deal is more likely than unlikely when it comes to Barker, and therefore Gakpo could be the full guy. But yeah, I think he brings a bit of quality out to Spurs. I think he's better than Savinho at 85 million for sure.
I do. Ali, we'll come back to it. I want to talk about Newcastle-Liverpool. I really enjoyed that game. What about Villa? I'm dismayed what's going on at Villa. Surely we're going to get some news of several signings before the window shuts.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a busy final week, and like you say, it has to be really. When you look at the team that they sent out of Brighton, it wasn't really fit for purpose, certainly not in terms of mounting any kind of European challenge. We know they were keen on Taylor Harwood-Bellis at Southampton. I was there last night. Good comeback victory from West Ham's youngsters in the League Cup, and Harwood-Bellis didn't feature in the squad. His head, by all accounts, still not right, but there's a gap in valuation between the two. So it looks like Ordenez, a centre-back from Club Brugge, is more likely for Villa to fill the void left by Ezri Konsa. They've got various forwards on their wanted list as well. Yesterday they bid for Jean-Philippe Mateta at Palace, £20 to £25 million offer, immediately rejected. We're expecting an offer to go in for Nicholas Jackson, and that would pave the way for Ollie Watkins to join Al Hilal over in Saudi Arabia.
What's the story with Mateta?
I like it,
I know you do. We had a chat about it yesterday briefly, Crookie. So that case regarding his contract looks as though Palace have won it. Does that mean he's only got 1 year to go?
Yeah, he's into the last year of his contract, so they're not in a particularly strong position. I wouldn't imagine that he's got any inclination to sign a new deal, bearing in mind he's been kicking and screaming to try and get out since the January window. As I say, Villa's offer well below the type of fee that Steve Parish would want to do business this month. I do wonder if Manchester United can move on Joshua Zirkzee in the final week of the window. Could they make a move for Mateta? Because it's asking a lot of Benjamin Šeško to play every minute of every game. And as we saw at Hull, when he's not fit, they don't really have a plan B at the top end of the pitch, do they?
No. Just one last one, Crookie. More arrivals expected at Newcastle United.
Yeah, Nico Gonzalez was flying. Well, was moved. I was going to say flying in, but he was travelling to Newcastle last night to undergo his medical. I do think he took a bit of persuading to make that move from Manchester City to St James's Park. But yeah, I was there with Matthias Geisler at the weekend. I enjoyed the game as well, Al. I really enjoyed Newcastle's performance. There was a freshness about them, I thought, and that's no disrespect at all to Eddie Howe. But Geisler said to me afterwards, emphatically, there would be new additions in the last week of the window. So another club who are going to be busy. I think pretty much every club in the league are going to be busy. On the subject of Hull, Toby Collier from Manchester United for £3 million, I think is a real possibility. He had a good spell there on loan last season, and the manager, Sergei Yakirovich, absolutely loves him. So we're keeping an eye on that one as well.
What about just a quick one on United? I know you were at the game. I was at the game myself, Crookie. It's very early to judge, of course it is, but they took a little bit of time to get going, didn't they? Two boys in the middle of the park, Santos and Tielemans.
Yeah, they did, and that's why I think Carlos Baleba is going to be a good addition. There's ways to leave football clubs, by the way, and I thought his goodbye message to Brighton fans, even saying they had every right to boo him last season based on his performances, was really classy from Baleba. So that tells you United are getting a good character as well as a good player. He's not fit yet because he's had an ankle issue, so I think it probably will be Tielemans and Santos at the weekend, although Kobbie Mainoo must be pushing for a start. Yeah. And you say it's too early to judge, Ali. It is, but that was a wretched performance from Manchester United. So I do think, and I'm going to be there with Sam Matterface on Sunday, there's a lot of pressure on Michael Carrick. They need to beat Ipswich and they need to produce a far better performance.
Crookie, nice one. Thank you.
Have a good day, mate.
By the way, I just say as well, what a tribute to Kevin Keegan. St James's Park. You know that was just class.
Do you know something, mate? As brilliant as it was, and it was fantastic, you kind of expected it from those two clubs, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's the supporters.
But it was
thoroughly deserved, thoroughly warranted. Well, do you know something? When the news came through, Alan, I was really, really sad and shocked because, listen, brilliant player. But what a fella, what a man. What a man.
Ray Parlour and I were at a big lunch and Kevin was speaking. And he was so nice he looked over and said nice words with me and Ray. But not just that, you know, he was a great individual. Ray tells great stories about when he was England manager.
Amazing. I remember another wee story about him. He opened a coaching thing for the kids, believe it or not, up in Glasgow, up in Braehead.
Yeah.
I want to
say that a circus or something.
I want to say Kevin moved to Largs or somewhere down the coast for a while.
Yeah.
I think
it was a football circus he called it.
Yeah, whatever it was, you're absolutely right. But I remember him, and I saw him more than one occasion. He'd spend hours with the kids.
Yeah.
Hours with them.
But great to see Kenny there as well.
Yeah, great.
Kenny
I saw Kenny did a sit down with Graham. I don't know what Graham's doing a wee bit of the chat show, whatever it is, but Kenny did a sit down with Graham, which looked good. Good watch that.
Okay, talkSPORT Chief Football Correspondent Alex Crook there. Remember, Crookie will be part of a special transfer deadline day show next Tuesday night as we see in the final moments of the summer transfer window right here on talkSPORT. Still to come on breakfast.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more in-store or online as a trade account holder and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
And what a result for the Posh last night. Right on cue, we're going to be joining the show by Adrian Durham at 8 o'clock. He'll, of course, have his say in the state of Scottish football. I knew there was it had nothing to do with Peterborough, this is. He wants to slag Celtic off. As well as whether £85 million man Savinho represents a panic buy for Tottenham, is it? Spurs and Charlton, the Carabao Cup second round is live on talkSPORT tonight, 7:45. 9,000 Charlton fans heading to Tottenham. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Want to win a brand new Ford Ranger? Just spend £100 or more using your Travis Perkins trade account to enter into the draw. T's and C's apply.
Would you both have expected better than what you saw from Tottenham? And I think the answer
I'm
to
not
that
surprised
is,
that they lost.
Oh, yes.
I'm not surprised that they lost, but the
Not
manner...
taking anything away from Brentford, though.
No, the manner in which they lost surprised me.
Right.
There didn't seem to be any
Right.
fight or any change in gear, or the mindset hasn't changed. It's exactly the same. A soft underbelly from Spurs, and they're going to have to eradicate that very quickly.
And both of you think they'll do one hell of a lot better than 17th.
Well, they've,
so
with
do you
the players
still
they're
have
now buying,
heightened
yes.
expectations that they might be top half? Then they might be top 6.
No, I'm thinking top half of the table. I'm not saying they're going to be, it would be a surprise. They could do 6th, 7th, but they're going to have to improve massively, Jim, from what we saw at the weekend. And where are these players that have been injured for so long? Look, there's an awful lot of players.
Fit, isn't he?
Van der Ven wasn't available. Jim, you look at the back four, there's hardly anybody playing from last season. So they're facts, but get them fit then. Let's get them out there.
We saw Newcastle yesterday and how they went about it. We saw, they're at home, yeah. But we saw Tottenham and how they went about it. And it's chalk and cheese.
But I think this is great for De Zerbi because he'll sort the wheat from the chaff. And for me, I don't have any expectation of Tottenham. They're not my football club. So, I don't particularly admire their board and I don't particularly like their manager. So I don't have an objective view.
Here's that. Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary Test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. And thanks to talkSPORT and Visit Victoria, could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for two to watch the 150th anniversary Test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
And sadly, there's more sad news. You need to pay respects to a gentleman, Billy Boston, who I wouldn't.
Rugby league.
Absolutely. Who I would
legend.
Yep, 100%.
92.
Not claim to know an awful lot about, but I'm just reading up on him. Passed at 92.
Aye.
Had a great career, Wigan, Blackpool, Borough, it said, and sadly passed away.
Welsh rugby.
Correct, absolutely. 92 years of age. So, great innings, but sad day, obviously, as well. So, pay tribute to Billy. I think he played 31 Test matches for Great Britain.
Yeah. Dolly Parton there. I'll say it again. I won't go on about it, but the Bee Gees, right? There's a thing on Sky Arts, the Bee Gees, the story. It is just sensational. And Dolly Parton plays a big bit in it as well.
Yeah.
How they wrote, you know.
I'm going to watch that, mate.
Oh, it's brilliant. You can't believe how many hits they've had and what they've done.
100%.
And it's very sad as well. Very sad. Right, time now for a bit of this, please.
Ali, are you okay?
Are you okay, Ali? Ali, are you okay?
Ali, you okay? Ali, you okay?
You've been struck by
Alan Brazil.
Ali, are you okay?
I was watching Michael the other day. Oh, what an entertainer. Again, tragic
Michael Jackson.
What an entertainer.
Oh, incredible. I mean, still to this day.
As a kid as well, as a wee boy.
Yeah, well, I remember it. You must remember the Jackson 5. Many of them, can you name?
Oh, no.
Jermaine,
yeah, they got him.
There was a funny one.
Joe Jackson?
No.
Tito?
No, there's somebody. Jermaine.
Come
Michael. Well, let me think about it. There was Janet, obviously. Stonewall Jackson. What? Brilliant. Do you know who he was?
Baseball?
No.
Was he?
Stonewall Jackson was an American president.
Oh, was
You're
he?
getting mixed up with Bo Jackson.
No, it wasn't Bo Jackson. I thought...
Bo Jackson was a baseball. Stonewall Jackson was an American president.
Was he?
You're not going away with it.
Right, this is where we put our man, Ali, in the hot seat, hitting him with the most pressing matters in the sporting world and seeing if he's okay with it. And Ali, are you okay? He is this morning.
Yeah.
First up, Ali, it was a deficit. Oh, give it a break, will you? A devastating night for Celtic and Scottish football last night as they crashed out the Champions League in dramatic style. Martin O'Neill spoke after the game on the disappointing evening.
We should have been outside by half time. We've scored a goal, which was great. We missed two great opportunities. And then we just give them a lifeline just before half time and then one just after it. And they come roaring back. And obviously we conceded from our viewpoint. Not good goals at all. But that's my team and that's my responsibility.
Martin O'Neill, very honest there. I think Martin, when he looks back, he'd have seen it 10 times now. He'd be amazed how many Celtic bodies were back there when they've scored goals. 4 against 2, 3 against 2, and still came up short and conceded. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm pretty sure Celtic will go for a centre-half.
You think so?
They've got to. So that means...
Does that know a lot about Alan? Like,
no,
closing the fence and the horses...
Oh, yeah, but did United prove that first game as well? You thought, ooh. Anyway, this means that for the second year running, there'll be no Scottish representation of the Champions League. This is bad for us, aren't it?
Of course it is, Alan. I mean, of course it is. And you look at the results in about Europe, Rangers really, really poor in that Conference League, and I know they won up for the...
Hibs done all right.
Hibs done a great result. Great result. Was it Ghent over in Belgium?
Yeah.
Motherwell beaten by a side, effectively, that got to the Europa League final,
Yeah.
so that's understandable.
I thought Motherwell would give them a game, I really did. Did they go one up?
I know they could beat 3-1. I think they might have made it one each. I'm not sure. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, Scottish football, it's really, really... Even, Alan, take it a step further. I was disappointed the World Cup, mate. We'll not forget that night at Hampden against Denmark for a long, long time. But we never laid a glove on MD. And you look at our teams in Europe, and I know we always have a laugh about it, and so we should, and that should never stop. But it is rather depressing.
It is depressing, and the fans deserve more, and we know that. But they've got to do something about it. Like St George's Park, England got the youngsters going.
Yeah.
We've got to do it, and spend money on it, and do it properly.
Yeah. And was it right? He actually had a good piece, didn't he? During the World Cup, when he was talking about Scottish football, he said, they've got to invest in, and we have got to invest. We've got to invest in youth. I mean,
we've got the talent there, and we have.
I just think for a long, long time, I don't know if I agree. The days of, Laudrup and Gascoigne and Di Canio and Larson and Hans Heelhuis and boys like that, who were tremendous players, the best players, some of the best players in their country. Those days are gone, and we're signing. There's bang average foreigners coming in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Let's be honest about it. And you think to yourself, why would you not give the youth a chance rather than sign average foreigners.
I'm with you. And next up, Forest made it 2 losses from 2 against Leeds United already this season. Knocked out of the EFL Cup, losing 2-0 at the City Ground. After the game, boos were ringing around for Forest boss Oliver Glasner. Ali, he's only been in charge for 2 competitive games. Are you okay with him getting booed?
The answer to that would be no. No, I'm not okay with him getting booed. I'm okay, and I've said it, and I'll say it to my dying breath. The fans are entitled to voice their opinion. They pay their money, and of course they are. But the first thing you got to say, booing does not help anybody, right? Yeah. It doesn't help the players, doesn't help the management, doesn't help the feeling within the stadium, the atmosphere. But I'll stand by their right to do it. They're well within their rights to do it if they pay their money. But after 2 games, new manager, no, and I think it's, you know, I think it was only a very, very small element. It only happened once or twice. So, in answer to the question, I'll fight for the right to do it, but I don't think it does MD any good.
Now, just when you thought things were looking up for England's cricket, we'll put the winter behind us. Fast bowler Cars was pictured. I don't get this, me. I really don't get this. When I looked at the pictures and I read the story, I thought, what an idiot. What are you doing? Fast bowler Cars was pictured in handcuffs on a night out with Ben Stokes in Derby. He was subsequently been dropped for the second test versus Pakistan. Captain Joe Root was speaking yesterday on his disappointment that yet another England player has got in trouble off the pitch.
If I'm being brutally honest, I'm really hacked off. I'm really disappointed that after last week's performance we're sat here and we're talking about nothing related to it at all.
Do you know what I mean? He stopped the curfew. He said, look, we're grown-ups, we're adults, behave, right? Don't let me down. What happens? Bang.
I don't know whether there's an element of whether it's arrogance, you know, or they don't realise that they are front page news nowadays. You know, a little bit like footballers, we always, you know, we're under the scrutiny, front page news, and we'd have a laugh when we say rugby players and all that get away with it, the cricket players get away with it. But nobody's getting away with it now because of social media and phones and all that stuff. So, I don't know. The thing that surprises me more than anything, Alan, right, and by the way, I know it's the kettle calling the pot black. We were as guilty as
but not in handcuffs.
Yeah, a lot of the younger ones. Depends how good the night was going. But anyway, I looked at the England cricket team in particular. I don't know whether it's arrogance or stupidity or a bit of both, that they don't realise that the scrutiny that they're under.
Well,
and they can't get away.
I'm not blaming Ben, but Ben should realise, you know, he's been in enough,
of course he has.
Fracasses.
Ben's been in a few as well.
Yeah, exactly. And he's named again. You think, hold on a minute, what's going on here?
And then you get the captain, who is...
Well, I feel sorry for him.
Well, he just looks a pillar of the cricket community, doesn't he?
Yeah.
The way he plays, the way he performs on and off the pitch. But do you know what it is? It's actually an embarrassment for him. It really is an embarrassment, mate.
Absolutely. They've let him down.
Yeah.
We're going to speak to Joe's dad in an hour's time to find out just how unfair it is that Joe is having to deal with this situation again as captain. Now to the front pages, Panther on the loose in Northampton.
What?
In the Sun this morning, a mum has said that she spotted a panther while taking out the bins. No way.
What?
No way. I'm not having that.
Hold on, he's just handing me the paper. He's handing me... By the way, as well, big cat scare. Beast prowls round bins. Mum was told how she spotted a panther while taking out the bins.
Hold on a minute. What numpty's lost a panther? Do you know what I mean? Some people... Where does that come from?
You would know right away if you'd lost your panther, wouldn't you?
Aye. Oh, sorry. He's just gone for a wee walk. He'll be back in 10 minutes. Oh, dear, oh, dear.
I want to know who... It's like these guys. Who keeps snakes?
Why
would you keep a snake?
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
No, it's crazy. It is crazy. You're spot on. It's crazy. What was that great programme, Kin, in Dublin? He kept one, didn't he?
Oh, that was a brilliant programme.
I know.
About the Irish family with the drugs.
By the Aviva.
Yeah.
By the Aviva.
I thought that was a brilliant programme. Somebody said there's a new series that came out, mate.
It's fantastic.
Oh, I love it. I loved that.
Yeah.
It was great. So, listen, just a little bit of a warning for the good people of Rye Hill and Northampton. Keep your wits about you, particularly if you're walking by any bins today.
Amazing. Right, coming up, Adrian Dunham joins us to discuss whether the state of Scottish football... No. You know he's going to slag us off.
Yep.
Whether there's any chance Charlton can get a result with Spurs tonight, live on talkSPORT.
with his love affair with Daniel Levy, he just really makes me laugh. I think.
What, laugh in a good way? I'm here to amuse you.
No, I just think it's embarrassing, and I'm sure Simon and Daniel Levy must have gone on holiday together this year and shared a room because he's embarrassing. And
why is it embarrassing?
Because I think he should be the fifth member of the In-Betweeners.
Which one's the fifth one?
The fifth? No, you're the fifth one.
I know, but which one is the fifth one? If you're going to insult me, get me the details.
You're the fifth one. You're the fifth one.
I know you, Wally, but which one is the fifth one? Which characters? Oh, you're making a character for me. Got it.
Yeah, every time you mention Levy, they go.
Yeah, but you don't listen, do you? Because what you've got is your own preordained bias. What I keep on saying is that the ownership model that Daniel Levy worked within is the same ownership model that exists now. I don't care whether Daniel Levy's in charge of Tottenham Hotspur or not. I didn't always like Daniel when I was dealing with Tottenham back in the day when I owned Palace, but I've grown a healthy respect for him because I think he's a good operator. But you guys are listening to a new ownership model, which is not a new ownership model. It's the exact same. And the only point I keep making...
What football ground are you thinking of when someone says this?
Really tough place to go. Difficult place to go. Such a tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go at the moment.
It was a really difficult place to go, always.
But what are the toughest places to go, really? We've scoured the planet to find out. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try playing in a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle at the world's northernmost professional club. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the 97-98 Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on a windswept cliff in the Faroe Islands. In Euro 2000 qualifying, Craig Brown's men were taken to fishing village Toftir. Kevin Gallagher called the pitch a cowfield and the wind like Pittodrie on a bad day. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, leading to these absolute scenes, and still one of Scotland's most embarrassing results.
Daft little ground, silly game.
But away trips don't come any tougher than a lung-busting schlep up the Andes to face Bolivia in La Paz. But now the Bolivians have taken home advantage to another level. The country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Grass doesn't even grow up here. Bolivia have not lost here yet. The longest unbeaten run in any professional league ever belongs to Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda if you must. They've gone 7 years without defeat at the Rajko Mitic in Serbia's Superliga. Their fans are pretty intimidating as well, but they're not as loud as this mob. Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium's officially the loudest in world football. In a derby with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray fans set a Guinness World Record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead, and pretty tough to carry out your manager's instructions when you can't even hear them. However, our most intimidating away day is in Wales, where cameras can't enter and players can't leave. HMP Prescoed. This prison team was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Early June 1939, Germany, always a tough place to go to.
Can you?
Do you know what? We're getting old. I was watching Andre Ria the other night, and I got quite enjoyed it, and I'm like, what's wrong with you?
No, I love that.
Do you?
Oh, I love
I'm watching. I'm going,
I love
what's
it. I
wrong
love
with
it. You cannot beat a bit of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, particularly this morning.
talkSPORT. Get lost, you tube. talkSPORT breakfast with me, Brazil, Ally McCoist, and Arnold Clark's deal drop. Get the new Ed. I'm falling out with you. Get the new car feeling without the new car price. Discover some of the biggest savings and find your next car today. On the way for you this morning, we'll ask former cruiserweight world champion, now top pundit Johnny Nelson, if get this right, Philip Hrgovic, that's the one. Philip Hrgovic can upset the boy Moses Atuma on Saturday. You can hear that the fight live on talkSPORT. I'm looking forward to this fight, definitely. And after Balaba put pen to paper at Old Trafford in a £70 million move, well, that's one of the best midfielders ever to play for Manchester United, Brian Robson, if he can be a success. But now,
what a player, Robbo, eh?
Just brilliant.
Different level.
I played against him at West Brom as well, and he was brilliant at West Brom. That was a good side, by the way, West Brom.
Like Cyril.
It's not
Laurie Cunningham.
What about the backs? John Weil and Ali Robb, they were hard as nails.
Brendan Batson, that team.
Yes.
Left back, don't tell me, I want to see Derek Statham.
Correct.
Oh, what a side that was. Big John Weil.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Cyril, Laurie Cunningham, who played else?
Barnesy, Peter Barnes, did he play in the wing?
Peter Barnes.
Yeah.
Crikey.
We're missing. By the way, who was Scottish midfielder? Oh, God, Cantello?
Len Cantello, left back, was you know?
Brian will tell you about him.
Len Cantello.
Tough.
Scottish midfielder.
I thought he was midfield Cantello, was he?
I thought he's left back. No, you might be right.
No. Anyway, well, that's Brian. Right, so anyway, Scottish champions Celtic have endured one and it was horrible, wasn't it? You didn't. I expected a tough game, but not for Celtic to go out.
Terrible.
After going out to, here we go again, Cara Almaty on penalties last year at this stage of the Champions League playoff, that is saying something. 4 goals up in aggregate against Lask. O'Neill's Celtic somehow imploded in the second half with little sign of a response in the way to a 5-4 aggregate loss following extra time. It was all one-way traffic, wasn't it, second half? So what does this tell us about Scottish football? This is a big question. Well, let's ask the man who only watches more football than Ally McCoist. A very good morning. He's gloating this morning as well. Peterborough winning and Celtic getting knocked out. talkSPORT's host of live football, Adrian Dunham. Morning,
Good morning, Ed. How are you, pal?
Alan, Ali, great to talk to you. Derek Statham was the West Brom left back.
That's right.
Yeah. I said that.
No, but did say that. But what position did Len Cantello play?
I thought
he was left wing, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Was he a left wing?
Was he number 10? Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But Brian will tell us. Brian, he's big buddies, I think. Willie Johnson.
We bud.
Yeah, Willie Johnson. Anyway, Adrian, where do we start here? Last night, look, I thought it was going to be a tough game because I thought they were good at Parkhead, and I thought the third goal went in at Celtic Park. I thought, that's enough. We can't lose this. God, I can't believe it, honestly. I don't know if you watched it, Adrian. Did you have a chance?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, and they were brilliant. Let's make no mistake. Lask were fantastic. Yes. They had 40 shots last night, an XG of well over 4, nearly 60 touches in the Celtic box. That kind of stat is unheard of. And I think that we mustn't forget to say that they were excellent. But they were set a target by Celtic. That win should have been enough. And I know personally my football club has lost a 4-goal lead in the first leg before. So it can happen, and you really build yourself up. If you think you can do it, you get yourself there. And Lask have obviously had those meetings, done that work, done those trainings, and they've got themselves a victory in the tie and gone through. I think what this says about Scottish football is really important. And let's face some facts here. Celtic are below the New Saints of Wales, Shelbourne of Ireland. They're behind La Fiorita of San Marino in the rankings in Europe. The Austrian League is ranked below the Scottish League, and yet Lask have just beaten Celtic. And Lask have got no real European pedigree or history of success. So how has this happened? I think you've just got to go back to the end of last season. Scottish football is eating itself. Every season it happens, and last season it happened worse than ever. Hearts showed some smart thinking, some common sense to build, to do something a bit special, to do something unheard of. And what happened was Celtic panicked, took a huge step backwards by appointing Martin O'Neill, no disrespect. And yes, they won the title, they won the cup and all that, but at what cost? At what cost? I look at Rangers took the Hearts captain and top scorer Shankland. They're wasting his talent at Ibrox. Rangers have had a European mayor. Hearts collapsed out of the Champions League before the end of July. Celtic an embarrassment. I think the clubs in Scotland need to take more responsibility, work together to save the future of Scottish football, to save themselves and the Scottish national team as well. Heard what you were saying about Scotland at the World Cup, and I mate, you're right. There was no faith from the manager in the attacking players that he had at his disposal, so he didn't play attacking football.
Yeah.
Something has to be done on a bigger sense.
St George's Park, that changed a lot for England, didn't it?
Yeah.
St George's Park. We've got to do the same, Ali. I remember going to Inverclyde and stuff. It's not the same. We've got to look at the blueprint of St George's Park.
But hold on, here's the problem. Ali and Alan, you answer me this, right? Is there too much division within Scottish football for it to move forward and progress?
Do you know something? There probably is, Adrian. But for the better and the good and the better of Scottish football, something has to happen. The clubs have to come together. I said to Alan, Adrian, I don't know whether you agree or not. We've gone from, and I get it. If you're signing absolutely top class foreign players, whether it's, as I said earlier, Larson, DeCanio, Laudrup, boys like that, who are just a different level, I get that. But you need to surround them. You still need to continue to bring through your young players.
And Aberdeen done it, didn't they? Without bringing in the superstars.
Oh, back in the day?
Yeah.
Oh, of course they did. Yeah. But there's something you have to mention as well, which goes against the Scottish clubs, and that is finance in terms of competing at the top level. The argument against it would be, I'm not sure the difference in finances will ask in Celtic.
Yeah.
So you need to have a look at that. But there is definitely, Adrian, in my opinion, not enough done in Scottish football in terms of youth development.
Yeah. I would agree with that, absolutely 100%. And the World Cup was really interesting because obviously the Scottish fans were fantastic, rightly lauded, but they were there to have a good time. They almost knew that their team wasn't going to do anything particularly special. There was a hope that they might, and it was almost like the players were there for a good time as well because they knew they wouldn't do anything special. I may be speaking out of turn there, and those players might disagree with that, but I don't know. It was just all too reserved, all too cautious. And you go back to Scottish club football, I don't think there's enough planning. I don't think there's enough progress in terms of youth development. You can't tell me that all those players that came through and were brilliant back in the day, they've all suddenly dried up. There's no talent, no football talent there at all.
Yeah.
If you look what England did when we focused on the academies with Gareth Southgate, going round to clubs and looking at the academies and trying to grow players through the academies, 10, 15 years ago? All of a sudden, players started to come through. And now, of course, England haven't won a World Cup. I know all of that. But they're going far deeper in competitions than they ever used to.
Barcelona,
challenging.
The likes of Barcelona.
It's because of the academies growing.
Absolutely. They bring waves of young kids through, don't they? Some great, great players. Anyway, on to tonight, Adrian. I couldn't agree more with Scottish football at the moment. It's really depressing. Charlton go to Tottenham tonight. Charlton, 9,000 fans. Charlton, a good start to the season.
Yeah.
They'll fancy getting something tonight, Adrian.
Well, to go to West Ham and to win 2-1, I mean, those fans there on Saturday had such a great time. They're doing positive things in the transfer market. Tyrese Campbell has just signed a new contract. Jez Raksaki may be coming back to the club. So the fans are really positive. I think they were a little bit, which way is it going to go with Nathan Jones? Because they ended the season quite badly, survived, and that was overachieving. But here they are, having won at West Ham. If they go to Spurs and win as well, can you imagine how those Charlton fans are going to feel? Yeah. I think Spurs have got to be really careful. De Zerbi's got to pick a side that he feels can win the game. Now, it might not be the side that lost on Saturday, probably shouldn't be the side that lost on Saturday, but he's got to be careful because all of a sudden, as you've just heard about Ole Glasner getting booed after 2 games, could be the same for De Zerbi.
Just a quick one in your own team, 5-0 up at one point last night. What the result that? Well, maybe the result of the night last night.
Yeah, at one point I said on the radio last night, what time is it? 5 past Watford. I think it's come out of the blue. We had no idea. There's been questions about the recruitment, questions about the quality of the players, questions about the commitment of the owner. And he's basically sitting there, feet up, saying, well, have a look at this. I've just answered all my critics and fair play to him. Incredible result. They won on Saturday in the league as well. That's only a 3rd win in 17 in the league, stretching back into last season. So that needs to continue. But listen, as a moment, as a game, it's an incredible victory. And people go on about Watford playing a young side. Our average age, I think, was only a month older than theirs. Yeah. So I'm not sure that stands up. Ours have got more experience. But yeah, brilliant result. But this is what the Carabao Cup can do. I love the Carabao Cup. finishing after 90 minutes and going straight to pens of his level is a master stroke. That's what should happen across the board. But there's always some great games. I was at Plymouth 2, Coventry 4 last night. Sensational. Cov 2 up after 5 minutes. Plymouth fought back to level it up. Brilliant game of football.
And you were at Portman Road as well for the Sunderland game, Adrian.
I've got to say, Alan, I have to say that was brilliant from Ipswich. That's shown me that they can do it. And Ciso was magnificent.
Tremendous.
Oh, he was, honestly, I actually felt sad when he went off because I was enjoying watching him so much. Great winner from Jack Clark as well. Brilliant performance.
No, look forward to Liverpool next. Man United away, then Liverpool at home. So another cracker. Adrian, thank you.
Good to see you. Enjoy your day,
Thanks,
mate.
Adrian. Coming up, Amazing of the Boys in the Sports Bar have finally shown some respect to me and Ali. I don't believe it.
What?
You'll find out why next.
When someone writes an article that's so smart-ass because it knows all the answers, right, and it writes an article about judgment, now you've got to win, and the only way you can overcome that is by winning it, and so that's what they've got to do.
Right. So on that topic, is anything less than a title challenge failure this season?
Well, it depends what title.
A serious title challenge. To be there or thereabout.
No, but they're not good enough.
Come May.
But then, are they going to beat Arsenal? Are Arsenal ahead of them?
They're still not good enough.
No, they're not a good enough side. They can't possibly be. It's taken 7 years for Mikel Arteta and hundreds of millions of pounds spent slightly differently and wisely because he's got a mature setup with different people in the confines of Arsenal that have got a better way of operating than some of the Chelsea people have achieved so far. It's taken them 7 years. How can we decide? How can you turn on a sixpence and say you should now win the league? Oh, it's bloody stupid.
So what, they won't be in the title race come April, May?
Well, they may well be in what is considered to be a title race, which is a group of sides competing to be really in the top 4.
How's that? Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary Test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. And thanks to talkSPORT, Visit Victoria could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for 2 to watch the 150th anniversary Test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
Nelson done it as well, didn't he?
I don't know about you, but I'm not reaching that. You reaching that?
I wouldn't dare spoil it. I wouldn't dare spoil it.
After my Spandau Ballet effort, there's no way I'm reaching that.
Well, if I reach over and...
I'd maybe reach that.
What a poor
song.
Dolly.
What a song.
Do you know what? Did you like The Bodyguard?
I thought it was a great movie.
And me.
What in Kevin Costner? What?
Oh, fantastic!
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but I'm a Costner fan. I think she was brilliant, wasn't she, Whitney?
Oh,
but how good was she?
Beautiful looking.
Tragic what happened there.
Wasn't it terrible?
And her auntie was Dionne Warwick. Correct. Was brilliant as well.
Correct.
Oh, Bee Gees, Dionne Warwick. They wrote her
Is that
hits,
right?
A couple of her hits, yeah.
Kevin Costner.
Heartbreaker, yeah.
Do you know what he was brilliant? Do you know the one I loved? He was Dances with Wolves, wasn't he?
Oh, I love that movie.
What a film! What a movie!
Yeah, I love that movie.
The other one wasn't great.
Nakata.
What was the one I didn't like?
When he's in the buffalo. Oh, Alan. Remember the creep over?
Yes. Yes. Did he do one? C or something? Was it one involved in this?
Oh, yeah, that was meant to be his worst one.
Waterworld.
Yeah.
That was
the Costner.
Nonsense.
Yeah, no, brilliant. I love Yellowstone.
Yeah?
Yeah, have you not seen that? Watch Yellowstone, it's great.
Oh, you've told me about that. It's meant to be brilliant.
And then the follow-on as well.
I met Kevin Costner.
Did you?
Yeah, met him.
All right.
Yeah, met him in Los Angeles.
On a film set? Or
no, he was introducing a movie. I was involved in it.
talkSPORT breakfast with Alan Brazil and bullshit. Ally McCoist. Speaking of legends, well, on the sports bar last night, Jason asked Jamie to talk about, to rank his top 5 talkSPORT legends. Let's have a listen to see if we make it. Oh dear.
I'm not sure I make it.
Yeah, I do.
I think I missed.
You're at number 5.
Yeah.
Then I would go.
Oh, Jay.
Oh, you put me right under the gun.
I know, but you need to top 6. I might.
Simon Jordan at 4.
I'm not making rules here, mate.
Then I would go.
I'm not making. You put yourself right under the.
Ali McCoist. Then
no, mate.
Adrian Durham.
Oh, you missed that. No.
And then Alan Brazil.
H&J.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I need to recoup that.
I'll do it in order. Alan Brazil and Adrian Durham, right? They're the 2 big dogs for me.
Who? Adrian Durham, yeah. Adrian Durham and Alan Brazil.
And Big Al.
Yeah.
H&J. And then you can go wherever you want with this one.
What has he done? He's Barnett.
He's Barnett's looking brilliant.
People on the radio can't see it.
Telling
you. That is a wig. If that's not a wig, that is brilliant.
He's Barnett's looking brilliant. It's seriously, because early doors after he had it.
Is that real?
I was concerned. I think the Barnett's. I'm not sure he's real, but I think the Barnett's real.
God, I've had a transplant. And he's had a transplant.
Seriously, I know.
I looked at Gabby. Gabby went, "Don't go there." He said, Gabby went and seen someone. They said, "Nah, you've not got enough follicles on the sides to put on the top of your head."
I put it to family. I put it a vote in my family, the boys and Viv. What do you think? Your old dad getting the penalty spot sorted?
Yeah.
Complete thumbs down.
You need a wee bit more on the penalty spot now. No, I'm sorry to tell you.
I think it's just a penalty. I just worry about the sun. The sun always attacks my penalty spot.
Does it?
Yeah. And it's that. You've got to be careful, man. Really, really careful. I once
don't have 7 holidays a year.
Well, I once get sunstroke, right? Never again.
By the way, I'm not like, I can't sit in the sun because my toes. No, I'm told stay out the sun. I'm like, what?
Well, that changed.
Can't have a bevy, stay out the sun. You know, I'm like.
But you know something?
I'm going to have him more every year for my holidays.
I know, but I don't normally. Actually, it's a bit of a, contradiction in terms here because I love going on holiday and I love the sun.
I do.
But I don't sit in it. I like to sit in the shade with a book or whatever it may be. You know, sun's really dangerous, man.
Well,
really
it is.
dangerous.
You know, you do have to be careful. But get a nice Panama on and all that. Brilliant. You know, my Goodwood Panama.
How far away is the sun?
I've no idea.
93 million miles.
Oh, is it? Is it? Oh, that then. I better cover up.
No, just 93 million miles.
Yeah, brilliant. Right, let's get the latest odds. Dear, oh dear. Here comes Simon.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Morning, Simon.
Good morning, Simon.
Oh, guys, it's great to see you chatting about how to... two old men talking about how to deal with the sun on holiday.
Oh, hello. Yeah. Do you want me to pass Jason's number on for you, by the way?
Why?
Well, your Barnett's going as well, look.
Do you know what? All right, touche. I have been paying a healthy interest in his updates on how it's all going.
Yeah, well, I know you're all loved up at the moment. I'd hurry up if I was you.
Simon, with the great respect, I mean, I was deeply concerned about Cundy's Barnett for a long period there, but what a recovery that is. That's a comeback of the season.
No, I think that's a temporary one he's got on.
Do you think so?
Well,
yeah, I do. It's that good, it's temporary.
Well, it's also got to last, hasn't it? Because I think you have to keep caring for it, or else it can disappear again, as we see.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Steve-O interested?
How do you care for it?
I think you have to put special shampoos, and you can't you can't put too many gels and stuff in it. Listen, I'm not an expert. Let's just follow. Let's just follow Jason's.
Simon, you seem to know an awful lot about this. If you don't make me say so, Simon.
Okay. We should listen. I'm still reeling from the news of Dolly Parton. I just heard.
No. Very sad. Woke up to that this morning, mate.
I mean, she's been like an ever-present in our lives, hasn't she?
Correct.
Almost. And
just a lovely lady.
Amazing, actually. The tributes just show you that she really was a wonderful human being in this cynical, terrible world. What I didn't realise, and just touched on it, obviously, I was a huge Whitney Houston fan, loved The Bodyguard, loved Kevin Costner like you, Al. Isn't it embarrassing that I never knew that Dolly Parton, that was her song, I Will Always Love You?
Yes.
I didn't know that. That was the first time I've heard that. Which is, I like to think I know my music. And so it's a different sort of a country.
And Willie Nelson sang Always on My Mind, not that one.
Great song as well. Pet Shop Boys.
It's for Simon, 95, of course, John Hills. 95. When are you going to let him out? When are you going to let him go to a race meeting or something?
That is brilliant. That's be his new nickname, 9 to 5, John Hills. I love that.
He never gets out. Right, Europe. Disaster last night for
Celtic. Oh, God.
I love that, John 95 Hills.
I love that too, although the
that's
rest
going to stick now. In memory of Dolly, that's going to stick.
In memory of Dolly, a tribute to Dolly Parton. Look, I mean, start with the positive. Your boys Ipswich got good results against Leicester, but wow, that Celtic defeat. I know you and Steve-O touched on it yesterday morning, Ali. And you were saying that, you were saying bittersweet. You thought Lask would beat them, but you couldn't see them knocking them out. Well, what a shocker. But we got Rapid Vienna against Hearts tonight. I think it was a 2-2 draw in the first leg. It's now at Rapid Vienna. It's going to be very tough. I think, it's they're 1-8 Rapid Vienna to finish this tie off. They're 4-7 to win the game. Hearts are 4-1 to get a result. 3-2 on the draw. Very unlikely Hearts can come back. So, the European pain will probably continue for Scotland.
What about, let's have a look. EFL Cup, Simon.
We got some great. It was great hearing Adrian Durham talking so enthusiastically. A lot of shocks last night. I suppose let's touch on the big guns. Do you think we got Newcastle 4-11 to win?
West Brom have started well.
West Brom have started well.
Yeah.
It is at St James's Park. You imagine there'll be players rested for this tie. It's 2-11. Newcastle get through. And Spurs the other game. They're 1-4 to beat Charlton in the London derby. 1-8 to get through. I see all the odds on the screen there. 11-1 Spurs. Can they win the Caribou Cup? They started with a tough defeat first game. Do you see either of these games possibly being shocked with rested players, or do you think both Premier League sides should get through, guys?
I think both Premier League sides will get through. Yeah, I don't say that with any degree of massive confidence until I see the teams. Listen, just a quick one. I want to take...
Before we go away, Davy Moyes goes back to Preston.
I saw that. It all started from
4-7. 4-7 Everton.
I was looking at Big Moisey last night. Somebody sent me a video of Rangers playing Dunfermline. The big fellow was playing centre half against us. Yeah. Let's quick one, Simon. No Windsor for Nicky Henderson decided no Windsor for Constitutional. Looks like Kempton.
It's going to be Kempton Park. So people listening in, the next this sort of incredible roller coaster ride for Constitution Hill. He's going to ride Kempton a week on Saturday. Now that's an all-weather race. It's the September Stakes. It actually has had some very good horses. Kalpana was beaten in it last year. He's the horse won the King George. He won at the year before. Enable has won this race, the September Stakes before. So if you're not doing anything, it's a week Saturday. Well worth a trip down. I mean, it's incredible to go down. I was down at Southall for the evening meeting in March when he ran on the flat, and the atmosphere was insane. This horse has got a huge following, and he'll be running against some really good horses in that race. That's a week Saturday. And the news also yesterday was that Darius, the ARC winner from last year, trained by Francis Graffard, apparently worked brilliantly. Very bullish.
He's favourite for the ARC, isn't he?
He's 7-2 favourite, absolutely. And he's going to go to the Prix Foy, the ARC trial, which is a week on Sunday.
Is that when it comes? A week Sunday, the trials. Wow.
Actually, maybe it's 2. It's a week Sunday. And he's the 7-2 favourite currently for the ARC to triumph. The rest of the horses in the betting, all English. Maltese Cross, William Haggis's horse confirmed for the ARC. He's 6-1. Kalpana and Item, both trained by Andrew Balding, 8-1 and 10-1. And then it's Constitution River, the Aidan O'Brien leading contender. So Darius is the very bullish comments there about his chances for the ARC. He goes to the ARC trials.
Brilliant. Simon, say hello to Steve.
Simon, great to see you,
and 9 till 5 as well. We'll speak to John.
Cheers, guys.
There you go. Brilliant. Simon Clare there. That was a look at the latest odds with Coral. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Michael, where are you with Isak at this moment? I just think that particular penalty, Szoboszlai was always taking it, and likes of Isak had far more to lose than he had to gain by taking that penalty. But where are you with Isak at this moment in time? And he looks to me, he's obviously had big injury problems and all that stuff. The move was well documented. You know, Newcastle fans are unhappy. What's it going to take for him to get playing with a regular confidence and show the ability that we know he has?
Well, I'm not sure about you, Ali, but I had plenty of injuries in my career, so I know how hard it is to get back, and you do need a bit of time. And everybody's given him time and understood that, but then he's sort of finished the season, then he's gone to the World Cup, and now he's had a pre-season, and you just think, okay, now we're starting to run out of excuses. We need to start seeing the real Isak, and we know how good he is. I mean, wow, we saw him for Newcastle. I mean, he's absolute class. But we haven't seen it for Liverpool just yet.
Over the last few years, Formula One has gone from elitist and insular to a global entertainment brand. The transformation's down to American investment group Liberty Media, who cultivated a new image for the sport since buying it in 2016. Better access to drivers, improved content on social media, and tapping into the US market have given F1 a massive boost in both attention and revenues. But is everyone happy? The fans certainly are, as evidenced by Drive to Survive. Almost 7 million people per season have tuned in to get all the gossip and all the drama from the paddock. The extra exposure means the drivers can demand a higher salary too. In 2010, the top drivers were earning $20 million a year, which isn't bad. But now, the very best earned 3 times that, with Max Verstappen getting a whopping $65 million in 2025. But money doesn't always buy happiness. Some drivers, including Verstappen, don't like the pageantry the changes have brought about. In Las Vegas in 2023, Verstappen said the drivers were made to look like clowns, and the event was 99% performance and 1% race. Some purists who still watch the sport feel the same, and that the spirit of competition has suffered. But Formula One and Liberty Media don't look like slowing down anytime soon. So expect more races, major events and exclusive access in future.
You've been in there winding Ed up. Well, let me tell you, Ed.
Oh, wait a minute.
There's no shortbread for you, you tube.
A bit of hush.
Why?
Or Julie.
My heart nothing to do with Julie.
Why
hasn't he?
Why would they be playing that?
Yeah, I wonder why. Hey, Salzburg, yeah? Lovely.
One Trap Family.
I know.
What a movie that was. And I remember my wee mum took me the pictures. Did you see that?
No.
Aye. I mean,
whereabouts?
Disco Bride.
Aye.
When that new cinema opened, went up to see Sound of Music. I mean, how long ago was that?
I know. I still watch it. Ridiculous.
Lovely wee story. We're going on with just now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Benny now.
Our great pal, Nicky once again. Nicky Walker. Well done.
Thanks, Nicky.
Sent the boys down some shortbread. Well, he sent Alan down some shortbread. And a lovely wee card. And I hope you allow me to read it, Alan and Nicky. Dear Alan, just a wee pick up following your ordeal. Shortbread to be eaten in moderation, so feel free to share with McCoist and the gang. Glad you're back and great to see you back. Best, Nicky and everyone at Walker's.
That's brilliant.
Isn't it great?
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nicky.
Is, by the way, that is special. That's a real Scottish tradition, isn't it? Brilliant.
I keep saying, I go anywhere on the planet.
There's got to be Walkers.
It's the best.
It is. There's all these imitation shortbreads. They're the best.
Number one, Nicky. Keep it going, pal.
Thank you, Nicky. Right, talkSPORT breakfast with me And Ali and Arnold Clark, of course, it's the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online. Now, Celtic will drop into the Europa League after Austrian side Lask, without a victory in 11 European games, thumped Celtic, dumped them out of the cup, out of the league, 5-4 in aggregate. Unbelievable. For further context, Celtic had a 3-0 lead from the first leg at Parkhead, went 1-0 up last night. You thought, that's it, game over. Manager Martin O'Neill spoke to Amazon Prime after the game and took full responsibility for the result.
We should have been outside by half-time. We've scored a goal, which was great. We've missed two great opportunities. And then we just give them a lifeline just before half-time and then one just after it. And they come roaring back. And obviously we conceded from our viewpoint. Not good goals at all. But that's my team and that's my responsibility.
Martin O'Neill there, hands up, saying it's his fault. I'm not sure about that. I thought defending, trusty, right?
I know, but you'd expect Martin to take responsibility.
Oh, I know, but
you'll never walk away from it.
He'll be really angry.
Yeah, of course. And,
one of the goals when Trusty get just brushed off the ball they scored from. I'm like, what are you doing? You're a centre half. It's out in the touchline as well. Stick him over the barrier. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Getting pushed off the ball.
Alan, terrible result, shocking result. It must be balanced a wee bit. They're a very, very good team.
Well, you could see that in the first leg. I thought, oh dear, this is not over. But when the third goal went in, I thought, that's enough. Yeah. And then when Celtic scored first over there, you think, game over. Cruise now.
Don't you?
Unbelievable. Ali, will you be as measured and philosophical as I've been this morning as Rangers crash out to Jablonec?
No.
Is it Jablonec?
No, I mean, I went to the first leg. And the 1-1-0 got a man sent off, Rangers.
Should have won more.
Should have won more. I mean, I think it was Gassama missed a great chance to make it 2-0. But down to 10 men, you eventually walk away, say, well, that's a home victory, you'll take it. But the opposition,
no good.
No. Bang average. Really bang average. I mean, I thought they were poor. Even the team that knocked him at the Europa League, I didn't fancy them much either. And having said that, they had a great result in their first leg of the next round of the Europa League. So time will tell, but we obviously want to monitor. Not happy days for Scotland.
Well, pleased to say we can now bring in 1997 Champions League winner and someone who's lifted 8 major trophies in as many years at Parkhead. Paul Lambert joins us. Paul, morning, Paul.
Morning, Paul. How are you getting on?
Morning, guys. How are you?
Aye, great.
Paul, I didn't see this one coming. After the first leg, we thought these are half decent. That third goal should be enough, though.
I don't know, Alan, because I think Coisy just said it there. That I thought they were really good at Celtic Park, and the 3-0 result might have flattered Celtic a little bit. I mean, they scored 2 wonder goals, but I mean, just offside. So they had that in them. But I heard your guys' intro there. When you're 4-0 up away from Europe, away from home in Europe, you think, well, okay, like we don't need to go gun ho here. But what got me was I think it was the first goal, the Nygren goal. I think Carlton Vickers has it. And he tries to play the ball into him. Nygren's not ready to receive it. He tries to pass back to Callum.
Yep.
And rather than just bring somebody closer to you and play over the top, you're away from home.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to be streetwise in European football, which I don't think the lads were.
No.
What do you think, Paul, looking at it? I mean, it does. Certainly, it isn't not so long ago, for example, that, you know, Celtic European finals, Rangers in the European final against Frankfurt and could have won it, beating in penalties. Yeah. But I don't think there's any doubt about it. I mean, Hibs are a good result, obviously, over in Belgium. You'd want them to do finish, complete the job. But recently, I don't know whether it's a standard, but the level of performance in Europe for Scottish clubs, you look at the World Cup, I don't think we performed anything like we would have hoped at the World Cup. Paul, is it really, really concerning times for us?
I think so, Coisty. I really do. I think that for a few years, I know that obviously the games that your era and Alan's era and my own era, for instance, and getting to European finals and that, and a lot of Celtic and Rangers players were coming from Scotland. I just see at the minute, back in the day, you're buying guys that in your era, you're bringing Big Terry in and Trevor Stephen, Gary Stephen, Gascoigne, and all that. In my era, we were bringing in internationals. That Craig Bully was there, Mark Reaper was there, Henrik was there, Marcel was there. We'd all played in big games and you know how to see games through it. I'm not sure they've got it at the minute, and they've got into this realm of we need to pass to make ourselves look good, and the games went away from the winning aspect, I think, and with a lot of teams and a lot of clubs.
I'm glad you said that. This pass from the back does my head in big style.
Alan, you can't do it if you're a bad player.
Yeah, correct. Correct. Absolutely. I don't mind great players. You know, like Manchester City, the way they play the ball from the back.
Yeah. But by all means, by all means, do it if you've got the players to do it.
You can't do it in the lower divisions down there.
Paul, I thought that was a perfect example of us in the World Cup. With the greatest respect, the one thing our defenders,
correct,
shouldn't be doing is passing the ball to each other in dangerous areas, particularly in your own box. Defend, and if it needs to go long, get it long, and then regroup.
Guys, it does my head in when I see something. I think you're trying to impersonate Pep's football. Pep, by his own admission, had the greatest players in the world doing it for him. He's still got to do the ideas. And you look at Jurgen at Liverpool, his philosophy was we're just going to get after teams.
Yeah.
Get on over the top of teams. There's nothing wrong with playing that type of football. But I think we're caught in an era where everybody must look good and feel good. And I mean, that's why that Nigerian goal does my head. And the centre-back's got it. And I think it's Vickers. Go over the top. You don't need to play it short in that moment. You don't.
Well, we're not talking about hoofing it, are we? We're just talking about quality.
Not getting an area.
Striker.
Perhaps in behind a fullback, anything.
Because he can hold it up. He can hold it up. So, I
Whatever
agree.
happened to a nice little clip into it?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Over the top.
Paul,
Just over the top.
I know, totally, 100% agree with you. Gabby's upset at the moment. He's in despair. Villa's summer transfer window. I don't understand it, Paul. I really don't. I don't understand the ins and outs of this, money and homebred players. But Villa at the moment, if you're a Villa fan, I don't care how optimistic and how much you love your manager. Villa are in for a hard, hard season.
I think if they're performing the way they did against Brighton, and I think Unai Emery's he's been a revelation there and got them firing on all cylinders. But when you're losing your better players, it's like anything. You've got to have the players to do it. That's the commodity of it. The better players you have, the game's a little bit easier, as you know. You used to play with great players. I played with great players. I'll tell you what, they make the game easy.
Yeah.
Than playing beside somebody who's not so good. So, and Unai Emery will find that as well. He's losing his best players, and the ones that maybe try to come in for them are not just quite the same standard.
Yeah, it's going
Paul, what about the start of the season? Another club of yours, Ipswich, and particularly Hull. I was at Hull on Hull were absolutely terrific against United. Difficult to gauge Coventry. Obviously a tough game on the Friday night at Arsenal, the champions. But the other two teams, how important is it? Clearly, get a couple of results early on at home.
Oh, you have to, because I mean, I used to view it when I was in the Premier League with the Norwich and things that I used to think, well, forget your top six. If you get anything from them, that's a bonus. And I heard Frank's interview after the Arsenal game where they won't be defined on playing Arsenal. It's the games round about them.
Yeah.
Hull and Ipswich will be the same, and their big remit will be just to stay in the league, no matter how they do it. Just try and stay in that league for as long as you can.
Yeah, I'm. It's amazing. I was looking at the fixtures. I'm going to go a lot this year to Portman Road, and I was looking at the fixtures, and the ones I was looking at was Coventry at home, Hull at home, Fulham at home.
That's the game.
Sides
Crystal
like that.
Palace.
Yeah, Palace, correct.
Yeah.
It's great playing against Liverpool. It's our next home game, but that's for fans to enjoy and hopefully grab a point. If you can win, brilliant. But the bread and butter, the battles, the FA Cup finals are those guys around you at the bottom. That's what Ipswich have got to do. Perform well at home against the sides who are going to fight it out towards the end of the season, Paul.
Yeah, that's it, and that's the way I used to view it myself, was looking at the teams that you're going to compete against. If you get anything off of your Liverpools and Cities and Uniteds and things like that, that's a bonus, but you're going to be judged on what's on about you, your level, and I think that's where the three promoted teams, that's why I think they've got a little chance of staying up.
Yeah. Brilliant, Paul. Thank you for your time again.
Paul, all the best,
no
mate.
problem.
Paul
Cheers,
Lambert
lads.
there.
Bye-bye.
So I think we all agree it's going to be tough for Villa, that's for sure. Remember, you can find out tomorrow who Villa, along with Arsenal, City, Manchester United, we'll talk about that later with Brian Robson, and Liverpool draw in the Champions League. Tune in to Drive from 4 p.m. for all the league phase fixtures as they come out of the hat. The Europa and Conference League draws, they take place on Friday. talkSPORT will, of course, be right across that as well. OK, still to come.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more with a Travis Perkins trade account and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
Yes, Manchester United fans, stay tuned because 9:30 we're going to be joined by Captain Marvel, Brian Robson.
A goal! Robson right on the line.
exactly halfway through the first half, and indeed Barcelona were uncertain in the air.
Yeah, Robbo scoring his first goal in Manchester United's Cup Winners' Cup final over Barcelona, the victory in 1984. Crikey. Next, though, the father of recently reinstated England Test captain Joe Root. Matt Root is live with us next. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more at any Travis Perkins Hire or Benchmarks branch as a trade account holder, and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
Of course he's got to start performing, but he's been injured. So we've got no reference point. We've got nothing to really say about what he did at Liverpool because he had no real run in the team. And if Liverpool aren't going to play in a way that suits the player that they've bought, which is get the ball to him, then I'm not entirely sure what you're supposed to do. What's he supposed to do? Put the ball up on the edge of his 18-yard box and run the length of the pitch, and someone's going to be happy with that? You're not Heung-min Son, is he? He's a centre forward. And so with due respect to it, I look at it and say, yeah, is he? The question for me is, big players would have embraced that opportunity yesterday and gone back to Newcastle and wanted to prove a point. So is he a big game player? Is he a big club player?
I think we saw that. We saw that in Newcastle.
Should he not have demanded the ball?
What big games has he been at Newcastle?
Well,
big club?
Okay, I take you back to the semi-final Arsenal League Cup. You can say, look, it's the first thing they've won in 52 years or whatever it was at the time. And Isak was, he was at boiling point. He was ruthless.
When you play for Liverpool, you're expected to win. You're expected to be a top player. When you're at Newcastle, people anticipate and hope and will you to be such. And they expect their club to do it. When you haven't won anything for 70 years, it's a different feeling. Than
you're
when
now
you go
contradicting yourself because you said, look, we need to give him time. We need to be patient. And I'm convinced that he will be a...
How's that? Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary Test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. Thanks to talkSPORT, Visit Victoria could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for two to watch the 150th anniversary Test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
Here's one for you, by the way.
Go on.
Right. Yeah. It's for GJF. That's all I've got. Tell Ali Stonewall Jackson was not an American president. However, he was a Confederate general.
Ah, that was it.
In the Civil War.
Correct.
Stonewall Jackson.
Yeah, that's it.
I wonder why I'm going to find out why he got it. Would you know why he got the name Stonewall?
No, but
it was George Washington that never told a lie, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, he did.
He must have done.
No, George never told a lie. Yep.
Somehow, that was it.
You based your own life on George, haven't you?
Battle of Gettysburg. Yeah.
I read a book at school, the Battle of Gettysburg. Obviously the Confederates versus the Yankees, wasn't it? Back in the day.
Yeah, brilliant. Love them.
Aye.
Gone with the Wind.
What was the name?
Tara.
That's that.
Yeah,
that's Scarlett O'Hara in that, no?
Yeah. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Tremendous, mate.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast. By the way, talking about Dance with Wolves, who wrote all the music for it? Who's the composer? He's my favourite.
Well, no be Mozart today, wasn't it? I think it Barry, wasn't it?
John Barry.
That's it, John
Brilliant.
Barry.
Absolutely. You little snake. He feeds you all the time, you little snake.
I need to tell you, I wasn't getting that one.
No, there's no way that just came to you. Talks about breakfast with Arnold Clark's the
Keep on
perfect
coming,
time
Ed.
to upgrade your car. And he just nicked some of our shortbread as well.
He did.
Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online. Right, what do we know this Wednesday morning? What do we know?
Here we go.
Bruno Fernandes has completed a clean sweep of individual awards for last season, winning the PFA Player of the Year. He won the Football Writers of the season earlier as well, and rightly so.
Yes.
Marmouche, Omar Marmouche is set to have his medical at Spurs. Wow. He will join his ex-City teammate Savinho in North London. I think that's two good signings. I do. I think that improves Spurs. And Everton are one of 5 Premier League sides looking to advance in the Carabao Cup tonight as they head to Davy Moyes' former side, Preston. Now, have a listen to this awkward exchange, I'd say, between Davy and a reporter ahead of this game.
Pretty straightforward question, David. Just how important are the cups to you this season?
Well, I just said, I think it's a question every journalist asks every manager. And in some ways I think, are those journalists dead stupid? Do you think none of the managers want to win the cups? Of course we all want to win the cups. So the answer to yes, the cups are hugely important. Would it be more important than staying in the Premier League? If I asked you that question, is winning a cup more important than staying in the Premier League?
No.
What would your answer be?
I'd say staying in the Premier League for the minute.
So there you go. You've half answered it. So, but of course we want to do well in the cup.
So what I would say, that is not Davy Moyes normally, is it? There's clearly a bit has happened before. Would you agree with that?
I remember something happened before.
Oh, for sure.
But at the same time, I'll be... off here.
Yeah, but I don't think Davy would do that to the reporter, whether he's a young reporter.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd do that. I think there's a bit of history there.
You think so? I'll tell you what I will say. He's right. The cups, I think the cups are massively important. You talk about teams fielding weakened sides.
Well, take tonight, for instance. Spurs, Charlton.
Spurs have got to win that game.
Well, I think so. And I don't care what the manager's saying. Well, I've got to give other players a chance. But hold on a minute. I think you've got to have a full... If it's a full house, now they're bringing 9,000. I think you've got to beat them. Just to get everyone, feeling,
of course you
here
do.
we go. Yeah.
Particularly after the weekend where you've just been turned over by Brentford.
Yeah.
Of course you need to, mate. Absolutely.
Right, Everton are the only side of the current 92 who in the last 35 years have not won a trophy or a promotion. There you go. Right, England captain Joe Root has said he's really hacked off after Karsh became the 8th England cricketer to be involved in off-field action since November.
If I'm being brutally honest, I'm really hacked off. I'm really disappointed that after last week's performance we're sat here and we're talking about nothing related to it at all.
Do you know what? He's spot on, Joe. After what he said about relax you're not allowed out now. I'll treat them like humans, right?
It's a slap in the face.
Show me a bit of respect. And what happens? The guy ends up in handcuffs. That's garbage, by the way. England have 30 centrally contracted players. That's over 1/4 of these players who have been involved in off-field events now. Joe, when he retook the captaincy, removed the midnight curfew, imposed on the team and encouraged his players to be really good role models and human beings, right? What's wrong with that? Nothing. Let's get more on this now and preview the second test match with someone who knows Joe better than anyone. His dad, Matt, joins us now. Matt, very good morning.
Matt, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, guys. How are you? By the way, I think Stonewall Jackson used to open the batting for Rotherham Town in the Yorkshire League.
Did he? Yeah. There you go. I bet there's loads of Stonewall Jackson.
Well, it's going to be a great nickname, isn't it?
Joe has to be... He's got to be devastated over this, saying, what have I got to tell them? To do this to me? Pictures in the papers, national press, handcuffed. That's not on, is it? Shocking.
Yeah, it's frustrating for Joe. I mean, he's gone back in to do the job as captain. He's tried to give players responsibility for their own actions, and he doesn't want to spend time. He was around here on Sunday afternoon. He spent 4 hours probably on the phone trying to sort things out. He doesn't want to be doing that. He wants to be focusing on the on-field stuff.
Matt, what is it, do you think, to a certain degree? Is it stupidity? Is it arrogance? What is it?
I think a little bit of naivety as much as anything else. I mean, you can't get away with anything these days. I'm not using that as an excuse, but there's always a camera around the corner for these guys. I think, knowing Bryden, I think you'll probably learn from that. And I'll be very surprised if he gets caught up in anything like that again.
Ben was there again. You think, Ben, I don't know. Could Ben... I don't know the whole ins and outs what happened, but you'd have thought someone with experience of Ben would have said, hey, come on, let's get out of here.
Yeah, I think Ben's going through a bit of a tough time at the moment, having just given up the England captaincy. He's probably just trying to get his head together, I think, right now.
Matt, listen, I want to ask you, mate, you talk about England cricket doesn't need it. Certainly Joe doesn't need it. Who has been, I can only imagine how proud you've been. I just think he's a joy to watch, and the way he handles himself on and off the cricket pitch is amazing. But here's a question for you, mate. I love my cricket. I would never claim to be an aficionado on it or be supremely knowledgeable about it. I love it, right? And the one thing that I would love more than anything would be to see Joe catch Sachin Tendulkar's record total of test runs, which is nothing short of ridiculous. He's sitting about something about 16,000. Now, I think, right, in my humble opinion, Joe can do it. We all want Joe to do it. But will the extra pressure on him being captain, I mean, we were even talking about stuff at the weekend here, will the extra pressure hinder him in any way, shape or form in the chase of this record?
I don't think so, no. I mean, the last time he was captain, one of the years that he was captain, he scored 1,700 runs. So, he's proved that being captain doesn't tend to affect his batting. And as long as he stays fit and focused, and he's still got a desire to play, there's no reason he shouldn't get somewhere near Sachin's record.
Yeah. What about when he retook the captaincy? Did you have a chat with him? Were you wary going back, or were you very encouraging to say, "Go on, son"?
Well, it was good. I mean, it's really up to Joe. It's nothing to do with me. But when he was given the job for the Trent Bridge Test against New Zealand, I did say, if they offered it you, would you take it full time? And he said no. So I think he's impressed with Stephen Fleming. Him coming back in as head coach, I think has motivated Joe to get involved. I think there's a lot of mutual respect there between the two of them, and I think the other thing that I think motivates him is that he's got a very talented but very young side. I think he feels that he can have some sort of an impression on that team that he's got at the moment, and I think he's quite excited by what they can achieve together.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Cleaned up Pakistan in the opening test at Headingley. I think we're starting on Thursday at Lords. Where are we with the balance? Some great runs, obviously, Harry Brook and Joe again. Where are we with England at this moment in time? Are Pakistan really, really poor? Is it somewhere in between?
No, I think Pakistan have got some very talented players. I think we really played well at Headingley. I think this is what's frustrating, Joe, that the stuff over the weekend has sort of not allowed him to talk about that and sort of demonstrate what we've managed to achieve. I think the balance of the team's a bit of a challenge at the moment. That's the only thing, because Stokesy was an all-rounder, so fitting a spinner into this team is difficult. But without players like Jacob Bethel, who's got to come back in hopefully at some point, and the lads that have come in are going to make it difficult for him. Which is great. That's just what you want.
Competition.
And we've got a great set of seam bowlers. I mean, people like Matty Potts not getting in the side, Bryden Carr's not playing. These are class players that are knocking on the door, and it's great to see players like that in the squad, but not able to get in.
Matt, looking a bit further ahead, just finally. That fantastic test match in Melbourne against the Aussies, the 150th celebration. Will you get out there for that one? Is that on the radar?
Yeah, I think we'll have to do some partying out there if we can beat them in Melbourne again. That'd be really good. There are moves to try and make it an Ashes series, but I can't see that happening.
There's also moves, Matt, for Big Alan. I try to get out there as well, just to let you know.
Well, you come out there and we'll go and have a drink together. How's that?
That's a great deal.
Nice one, Matt.
Take you up now, Matt. Lovely to talk to you this
Thank
morning.
you. Give our regards to Joe. Thank you very, very much. Right, coming
Cheers.
up, we're going to turn our attention back to Celtic and the state of Scottish football currently. And also bring you more in the news. It looks like Spurs have made yet another signing.
I've got a league table in front of me. Guess who's bottom?
Who's bottom? Who's bottom?
Your mob. You're bottom. Bottom of the table, Jay. Jay, do you know what, mate? I offered you 10th the other day.
Look, mate.
You going down?
Mate, please, come on.
What do you mean, come on? You're bottom of the table. You're bottom. I mean, you love flirting with the bottom of the table. You've started the season bottom of the table. You could go down, Jay, again.
Well, on that, if we play like that, we'll go down. If we play like that, we will go down. It's as simple as that. Forget top four. Forget European football. Forget all this, guff that we've been talking about with players coming in, a new era at Tottenham. If we play like that, we'll go down. Because you cannot turn up to a football match and play like that. That's embarrassing. They should be ashamed of themselves. Ashamed of themselves. How can you go through pre-season and then start like...
What football ground are you thinking of when someone says this?
Really tough place to go. Difficult place to go. Such a tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go at the moment.
It was a really difficult place to go, always.
But what are the toughest places to go, really? We've scoured the planet to find out. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try playing in a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle at the world's northernmost professional club. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the 97-98 Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on a windswept cliff in the Faroe Islands. In Euro 2000 qualifying, Craig Brown's men were taken to fishing village Toftir. Kevin Gallagher called the pitch a cowfield and the wind like Pitodry on a bad day. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, leading to these absolute scenes, and still one of Scotland's most embarrassing results.
Daft little ground, silly game.
But away trips don't come any tougher than a lung-busting schlep up the Andes to face Bolivia in La Paz. But now the Bolivians have taken home advantage to another level. The country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Grass doesn't even grow up here. Bolivia have not lost here yet. The longest unbeaten run in any professional league ever belongs to Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda if you must. They've gone 7 years without defeat at the Rajko Mitic in Serbia's Superliga. Their fans are pretty intimidating as well, but they're not as loud as this mob. Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium's officially the loudest in world football. In a derby with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray fans set a Guinness World Record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead, and pretty tough to carry out your manager's instructions when you can't even hear them. However, our most intimidating away day is in Wales, where cameras can't enter and players can't leave. HMP Prescoed. This prison team was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Early June 1939, Germany, always a tough place to go to.
You are really doing me in.
Do you know where they're from?
Yeah. It's not Luxembourg or Switzerland. I think it's quite close. I was wondering what you were scampering around in there for. Hey? I quite like this song.
I knew you did.
I thought it must be after a bit of Dolly Parton or something.
Yeah. Dolly will be coming on again. I've sorted out with Ed.
6 minutes after 9.
Oh.
Ed, I'm falling right out with you. You can get your eyes off the shortbread as well. You've had your last one. talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Alan Brazil, and Ali McCoist, Murdoch McCoist. And Arnold Clark's deal drop. Get the new car feeling without the new car price. Discover some of the biggest savings and find your next car today. Still to come before 10 a.m, we're joined live by one of the greatest midfielders the country has ever seen. Man United, England, West Brom legend Brian Robson will be on the show.
Excellent.
Was Saturday just a blip for Michael Carrick, or are there deeper concerns? And not long now before this prodigy fights for the IBF heavyweight title.
Dave, he keeps mentioning who's Moses.
Oh, yeah.
What's he going to be like?
Well, flattened everyone he's taken on, hasn't he? No mention of the young boy Moses. I love him, by the way. Whoa. Yeah, well, Moses Atuma flattened yet another opponent in Filip Hrgović this Saturday night. It's going to be a cracking fight, by the way.
Brilliant. I'm going to watch that.
He's no mug, by the way.
Far from it.
And become Britain's youngest ever heavyweight champion. And it's live here on talkSPORT. We'll put that question to former World Cruiserweight champion Johnny Nelson in around 10 minutes' time. Quick one on the news that Marmoush is having his medical at Spurs as we speak.
There you are.
Ali, what do you think this happens to the likes of, well, let's think of Solanke, Richarlison. I think Richarlison's a certainty to leave.
Yeah, I would guess that would be the case. Well, you've got to keep them fit. You've got to keep Solanke fit as well. Competition for places is no bad thing. I think Marmoush is certainly an upgrade. Although I don't think he was brilliant at Manchester City.
Yeah.
Certainly far better in Germany. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Just on Richarlison, he scored some great goals.
Yes.
Brazilian international.
Yes.
So we're not slagging him here.
Not far from it.
He looks a moody git, doesn't he? He's really moody, don't smile. The whole world's against him. And sometimes he looks as if he's, I don't care. And then other times he can be brilliant.
Oh, I think
he's gone.
Yeah, I think he's leaving. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think he's going to go to pastures new. I think there's been an unbelievable turnaround in players at Tottenham. I think there'll be a few more leaving. There had to be a massive change. There has been a massive change. Disappointing start of the weekend. But after two 17th place finishes. I know they're the Europa League under Big Ange, but it has to be improvement. But I think the quality of player that they missed, if you know what I mean, at the weekend, Porro, Van de Ven, boys like that. I think Maddison, one of the lads said Maddison's only had 45 minutes.
Yeah, I want to see him back to his...
Maddison's, for me, their most creative player. And I think, obviously, he gets into the team. I mean, there's no question the talent, Alan.
Yeah.
So, and I
it's a great club as well,
yeah.
Great club. Now, though, it was, here we go, a dismal night for Celtic last night. They'll now be forced to drop into the Europa League after the Australian side last dumped them out of the Champions League 5-4 in aggregate. Oh,
Rise, I'm going to have to stop. Got to go back to Paul Mitchell.
Unbelievable in Austria. Lask have scored again. They lead Celtic by 5-1. Samuel Adeniran, who scored earlier on in the second half. Brilliant shot from outside the box. He got the opportunity. Celtic thought they'd got the ball clear, but they had their pocket picked. And I'll tell you what, it's a brilliant effort all the way into the corner, past the diving Vili Sinisalo. As it stands, Celtic are crashing out of the Champions League. Lask 5, Celtic 1, 5-4 in aggregate to the Austrians.
Wow.
OMG.
yeah, laugh your tubes. What you won between you? Right. How many millions is that worth or lost now? Is that a few? 3, 4 or more? Much more? 20?
Are you
30?
lining me
I've
up?
no idea. Is it 30 million?
It's got to be 15, 20, 25. Must
is
be.
It really? Well, it's one player, isn't it?
You think of the revenue, and I know though, think of the revenue even from, and I would imagine Celtic will fill the stadium even for Europa League.
Yeah.
But things like that.
Yeah. Well, it's all probably...
Television money, Champions League money. Oh, and it just sets Celtic back. It sets us all back again, you know.
Well, Scottish football now, next season, will It's not
Correct.
good, is it?
No.
We'll have to play so many games to get into.
And the thing was as well, with a brilliant end of the season, we could argue about the pros and cons and how it finished. But in terms of interest, with the three clubs going for it, it was as interesting and as front page news as it's been in a long time.
Interesting what Paul Lambert said earlier. We were talking to Paul, and there are no mugs this side. No mugs, and at Parkhead they showed that.
Of course they did.
Celtic maybe were a bit fortunate 3-0, but when they score that away goal, you think that has got to be enough. Celtic fans have been calling up this morning. Let's head to the phone lines now. Let's start with a good morning, Christopher.
Christopher, good morning.
Oh, lads, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Absolute nightmare, isn't it, lads? It's not been very good for us in the last 24 hours. Just your opinions on like the whole approach of Celtic for the whole second leg, considering how tight it was in the first leg. I feel that the approach in the second leg was pretty for the first.
Christopher, Martin's held his hands up and says down to him, but with the greatest respect to the players, do they want to play Champions League? Look, when McGregor scores, you think that's it over. But you still got to be professional, haven't you? You still got to be professional. Fight for every ball and get behind the ball and defend, for Christ's sake. Defend. Not just sitting back.
I want to know what they've done the pre-season, because we had a weekend off there in the second half. They were absolutely shattered.
Yeah.
Were they in Magaluf the week before or something? I don't understand what was going on. It was really embarrassing as a Celtic fan, and you have to listen to your Jamie O'Hara's and stuff now. And we've got another full season of that. We're not good enough to be at that level. And this year is the year that we should and could have been there. And we could beat off a team that weren't as good as us. But they won the battle that last night. And it was one of, easily in my lifetime, the most embarrassing European defeat I've seen.
Well, I said that earlier this morning, Christopher. And it's not exactly, Ali, it's not a hotbed of football, is it, Austria?
No, it's certainly
not. If they beat skiing, fine.
Yeah, but no. At the same time, Alan, I've got to say, yes, it's a shocking result, particularly with 3-0 up. But I was really, really impressed with them. And Christopher's right. I'm not sure. I think Celtic, because the manner and in the aggressive manner in which Lask played, in terms of their movement, their energy, I think they made Celtic look a little bit. Unfit's not the right word, but you know the point I'm trying to make.
Right? You watched it, I was listening.
They're fit. Of course they're fit.
They look far fresher.
Of course they're fit, but Lask looked as if they had lots more energy and speed and
so what was Martin saying? What do you think Martin meant when it's all down to him, that result?
Well, he's just been honest, because
it's not down to him. Look, trust. When he gets pushed off the ball in the far touchline, I know. Well, that's not down to your manager.
Well, no, but what he means is that the buck stops at Martin. That's exactly what it means, and that's the case. If players go out and don't do their jobs, and
do you know what I mean? It's trusty in that.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
He gets shoved off like a wee boy.
Yeah, but and players will continue to make mistakes from the start of time, but the responsibility, whether we like it or not, the responsibility sits with the manager.
Okay, let me take another Celtic supporter. We have Kevin. Morning, Kevin.
Morning, Kevin.
Morning, guys. How are we?
We're okay. How are you this morning?
I've not slept. Honestly, I think I woke up 3 times during the night thinking about it. That's how bad it was.
Kevin, I was going to ask you, what did you think in terms of the watching the game? Because I'm watching the game myself, and I'm thinking to myself, I mean, Celtic, I thought, were attempting to have a go, press high up the pitch. But I said to Big Al, I mean, the energy levels of the opposition were incredible.
Yeah, I've got a couple of points on it. I'll make them brief. I thought the first 20 minutes we looked fine. I thought we looked fine. We controlled it. I thought we created the chance early doors. We missed that. Then we score. Then Ho's got 2 opportunities. I think one before we score, one after we score. You go 4-0 up and you're thinking, right, this is okay. The Negrin goal, I think Paul Lambert was spot on, absolutely criminal. Yeah. But the one thing that did concern me, and I think where it did sit with Martin, is I seen 2 interviews, one with the written media the day before and one pitch side before the game, and he said the same thing twice, and it concerned me. When he was asked about the approach, he said the same phrase twice, and it was, hopefully we can score a goal, and that worried me.
Negative.
That made me think our mentality was, if we can score here, we're through. Yeah. And when you actually watch the game, when we score, I think their equaliser comes from that mentality of we're through, we get casual, we start to try and play, and then we get caught, which did give them momentum. And then the first 13 minutes of the second half are scandalous. But I'll say that a few times this morning, I couldn't agree more. Trusty on the goal. But that's not the first time that big guy's done that. Ali might remember. He done it at Dens Park one night. Yeah. Brendan Rodgers was actually seen saying a certain phrase, which I'll not say on the radio. He's guilty of it before. And I have to say, I think the big goalie's terrible at 2 of the goals. I think he's absolutely shocking at the winner. And I think he's bad at the one right after half-time. But the other point that Paul Lambert made that I just wanted to pick up on was this, we pass.
Yeah.
See, if you watch the second half, we didn't string 2 passes together. We didn't keep the ball for longer than...
No.
I actually said to my boy during the second half, when we get it, try and count to 4 and see if we've still got it. And there was not one time we kept the ball longer than 4 seconds for the...
And you can't do that away from home in a hostile atmosphere.
Do you know what I thought, Kev? I must admit, I couldn't agree with you more. But see, when you're under pressure like you were under last night, see if the ball goes up front, it has to stick. It has to stick, mate.
It never. If you watch a big guy, looks like a decent player.
Yeah.
But if you watch, Martin O'Neill was absolutely getting off his head at the side of the pitch because we weren't winning second balls. But another last point I'll make, see on the fitness, you two will know better than me. I've never played at a level, but when you're doing doggies for 45 minutes, side to side, back and forward, and you can't get a kick, you're knackered. You're absolutely knackered. But it's a disaster. There's no other way to describe it. It's an absolute disaster.
No, you're right, Kev. Thank you, Kev.
Thanks for your call, Kev.
They've thrown it away. Good side last, definitely good side, and congratulations them. To come back like that is brilliant. But Celtic have thrown it away. Coming up, are we about to witness boxing history, right? And it's this weekend. It's live on talkSPORT. We'll discuss that next.
Yeah, fair play to Hull. I think Sergei Yakirovich is going to prove to be a very tactically astute manager. He's got Dean Holden as his assistant, obviously a boyhood United fan, but he was absolutely buzzing with that win over his club, and they deserved it, Hull. I thought they were brilliantly organised. I've pretty much been the only pundit on talkSPORT saying I think they've got a chance of staying up, and maybe people will come round to that way of thinking now, but the lack of energy, effort and endeavour from those Manchester United players is unforgivable. The bare minimum away from home against a newly promoted team on the opening day of the season, you have to match their levels of commitment. And these United players did not do that. And is it a surprise? You look at people like Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw, these players have been part of the problem for too long, haven't they?
So is Carlos Baleba the answer to your problems then? And is it going to happen, Crookie?
It's going to happen. I'm told it could even be announced as early as today. Whether he's the answer or not, I don't know, because you look at United defensively, so poor. The two.
Here's that. Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. And thanks to talkSPORT and Visit Victoria, you could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for 2 to watch the 150th anniversary test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
9:20, talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil and Ali McCoist. This Saturday, witness history as Moses Atuma He bids to become Britain's youngest ever heavyweight world champion. So let's look ahead to the big fight now with DAZN.
Big fight build-up on talkSPORT with DAZN. This Saturday, witness history as Moses bids to become Britain's youngest ever heavyweight world champion. Exclusively on DAZN Saturday Fight Night.
Moses Atuma takes the biggest step up of his career this weekend against Filip Hrgović, live on talkSPORT. After blasting through Dillian Whyte and Jermaine Franklin with relative ease, Atuma will lock horns with Hrgović for the vacant IBF heavyweight title at London's O2 Arena. But beware, because Hrgović marks the first top 10 heavyweight that Moses has faced in what will also be his inaugural 12-rounder. Atuma joined Drive yesterday and had this response to those asking questions about his yet untested chin.
Do you know, like, people that are in boxing don't really ask them questions? You know, people that have like experience, like, or have been boxing themselves, they don't really ask them questions. It's more like the fans and people that haven't really been in the ring. So I think that probably answers my question, or answers your question.
Yeah.
Do I necessarily pay attention to it? Not necessarily, because like, as much as they don't know, I don't know. So it's like, we'll wait to find out, innit?
That's good, isn't it? He's that good. He's that quick, that fast, that he doesn't know.
Well, that's the point. I've written it down. Untested chin. There's a reason for that.
Because no one's hit him.
Because he's good.
Aye. Delighted to say we can now bring in former world cruiserweight champion. And how good is Moses? Johnny Nelson. Morning, Johnny.
Johnny, how are you?
Morning, boys. Morning, boys. It's going to be a busy weekend this weekend. 2 big shows on here in the UK. I think Moses is an exceptional talent that we think we know about, but we don't know for sure about. On because we've got to wait until he's tested as the levels go up. The reason why there's probably so much intrigue about this fight is because Hrgović is in the top 10. Hrgović is he's a fighter that you think he's not on his way out. We'll just see where he is. This is a level. Can you get through here? So it depends on if and how Moses gets through this fight with Hrgović, because it might catapult his career massively if he does a quick fire hatchet job on this man and gets him out of there. But the questions are, and rightly so, the questions are, what will Moses be like when he's in there against a fully fledged ranked heavyweight that is hungry? He's gone in there to win. He has the pedigree through the amateurs and through to the professionals. He ignores all the being the underdog in regards to this fight. And so there's a lot of questions that the fans want to know. Maybe Moses wants to know about his capabilities, and that's why they're asking about his chin. That's why they're asking about, this is over 12 rounds, how's he going to manage this? That's why they're asking about how good is he? Because when the hype machine starts going, you get dragged along with it and you start saying things that you're not even aware of, you're not even sure of, you're just following the crowd. So this is probably one of those fights that will answer a lot of questions for Moses and for the fans. But you cannot write off Hrgović. I am telling you now, this is going to be a tough fight. And if Moses is the fighter we expect him to be because we followed the hype, then Moses will get a job done. If he isn't, Hrgović will expose all those flaws, all those weaknesses.
What makes you think he may not be Johnny?
Because we've not seen it. We've heard it. We've not seen it. You hear what happens in the gym. And I hear, I speak to a lot of fighters that spar with Moses, like this fighter. But the public haven't seen it. So because they've not seen it, it's hard for them to believe it. Have we really got the next coming here in Moses Atuma? So they need proof. So each fight will take time. So Moses, a little miffed, thinking, all right, keep questioning him. I don't mind, keep questioning him. He's miffed at it, but he can't blame them for asking those questions, because he's basically saying, believe the hype.
Yeah.
Believe in the hype. So only time will tell. And this is it's a great journey for Moses coming through, because as he's going through, he's going to answer the questions, he's going to tick a few boxes, he's going to prove things to himself. Matchmaking is as important as a win and a loss in a fight. This fight will teach him a lot about himself, teach us a lot about Moses, but it'll also tell us what he's got in regards to this is a big fight. It was always a big fight before the IBF was added to it, but this fight is an intriguing fight, because Hrgović is a guy that's in front of him saying, you know what, son, you're only a kid. Hrgović saying, look, let's see what you got. I'll show you what it's about.
Well, here's the thing, Johnny, right?
Hergovich, obviously, a great experience. What problems do you see him bringing to Moses? What do you envisage seeing that Moses hasn't seen or dealt with before?
Well, when he gets it, is he going to crumble? I don't think he'll crumble. I think he'll go in there. He's probably got the bit between his teeth now because he's the underdog, because Moses is the heir apparent. So he'll come in there with more serious intentions, as well as it being for the IBF title. Again, he has more professional experience than Moses. He has an outstanding amateur pedigree. He's that fighter that's been in with better class opponent than Moses. So therefore, he's saying, why are you believing in this hype train behind this guy when I've done it all? So and he's not taking it personally. Oh, all right, we'll see what it's about. Because when he hits me and I'm still there, what's he going to do? Moses' southpaw style is devastatingly faster for his age, 21 years old. But the thing is, if you're depending on that speed alone, the speed is king as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But then you've got to see about the boxing ability, the boxing heart, boxing brain, boxing puzzle. When you get past 3 or 4 rounds, how it will go through, and that's when you start to see the making of the fight and the testing of the heart.
Yeah. Johnny, what about this is the event in Birmingham, you touched on it there, Cameron versus Meyer. What can we expect from that?
That's a great fight. It's a MVP, a back in action MVP 6 at the BP Pulse Arena Saturday night, and it's an array of talented fighters. And Michaela Meyer, she's a very, very good fighter. But Chantal Cameron as well. It's the UK v the USA. I like these kind of fights.
Yeah.
UK v the USA. But also on the card, you've got Caroline Dubois. Caroline Dubois, she's moved to the States now. She's no longer with Shane McGuigan. And she's got a tough fight. That'll be a bit of a bloodbath. She's in there with a girl called Amelia Moore. I was watching her on YouTube the other day. She's tough. And if she's that kind of toughness and she takes that to Caroline, this is going to be earth, wind and fire. Honestly, it's going to be such a crack of a fight. I'm looking forward to it. It's a good fight. Also on the card is Terry Harper as well. So again, I'm looking forward to just seeing these girls show them what it's about. And remember, this is world titles on the line over and over and over again. It's putting a platform on, and tickets have flown out. They've gone.
Yeah. Some great boxing ahead, Johnny. Just a quick one. Can't let you go. We need a prediction from you for the weekend. Moses and Hergovich.
I'm going to go for a hard-fought win for Moses Atamu. But he might have gone the distance. And if he goes the distance, he'll have learned so much about himself. But it's going to be a hard-fought win. He's going to work hard for that win.
Brilliant.
Good
Johnny, thank you.
Enjoy
Look forward to the weekend. Johnny
Thank you,
Nelson
both.
there. What I think is going to happen, Ali, I understand what Johnny's saying about Hergovich. I think Moses knocks him out. I think he's that quick and that good. I think he knocks him out.
Do you really?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm certain of it.
Wow.
You don't?
No, do you know something? I don't really have a strong opinion on it. I'm just really looking forward to the fight. I really am.
The way you looked at me there, you think I'm stupid.
No, no, not at all. I far from it, anything but, because that is a distinct possibility. But I'm just thinking, listen to Johnny, and it's his first real major test.
All right, doubt me.
No, I'm not.
It's not a problem.
I tell you, if that happens, and by the way, nobody's sung his praises more than you over the last, whatever it may be, 12 months, and you might be right.
I think he's so quick.
Yeah.
Anyway, coming up next, looking forward to it. Talk to my old buddy Brian Robson coming up.
Big fight build-up on talkSPORT with DAZN. This Saturday, witness history as Moses bids to become Britain's youngest ever heavyweight world champion. Exclusively on DAZN Saturday Fight Night.
Mate, we ain't back, are we?
No.
We ain't back.
No,
I'm
you're
a
not.
bit worried, mate. I'm a bit worried now.
You're taking 10th? You consider... Okay, give me this. I'm giving you 10th now. Are you considering it?
Maybe. Yeah, I might put...
Mate, at 7:30 on Saturday, you might be taking both arms off.
Oh, God. You know what I'm worried about, right? We made all these signings.
What part are you worried about?
No, I mean, the front three is just so bad. I can't believe that front three. It was unbelievable. Mikey Moore, Tell and Richarlison. The team looked worse than last season. Like, when you actually looked at it, Spurs' team looked worse than last season.
Mm.
The only player you'd say in there was Tonali, where we paid 100 million for him, right?
Toenail.
But, you know, like, really?
Tonali.
Van Hecker and Senesi at the back, right? Van der Ven is better than Senesi. Van Hecker had a bit of a stinker. Romero, on his day, is better than Van Hecker, all right? Archie Gray is not as good as Porro. And left back, Robertson, okay, I thought he'd done all right. But, you know, we need a bit more from him, but it's first game.
What about Slipsky?
The front three was just, it was awful.
Boxing. It's a sport that makes multi-millionaires out of the world's best fighters. But it's not as flush with cash as you'd think. We all see how much the likes of Tyson Fury or Canelo Alvarez make every fight, but that's not the case for those just starting out, or those who aren't even at that level. For example, if you've just turned pro and don't have a promoter, you have to sell your own tickets, cover the cost of the venue yourself, and pay the taxman at the end of it. You might not even break even, but if you do, you're looking at 5 to 10 grand max. A mid-tier fighter might make more like 10 to 50 grand, but you still have to give up half of that in costs. So unless you're fighting for a world title, it's tough to make money. One potential way of doing it, though, is being a journeyman. Here's former European champion talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver explaining how that could work.
They want to fight every week, and they can be going in against the prospects, so they can demand good money, and they might be demanding like 5 grand, 10 grand for a 6-rounder or something, because they're going in with a prospect. He gets through that, the journeyman gets through that fight, and he can fight again next week.
I mean, even so, it's not much, and you're getting punched in the face for a job. It's only really at the top level, i.e. fighting for titles, where you're earning up to 6 figures and can afford a diamond chain or that Ferrari. So boxing isn't a sport that allows you to retire at 40 and live a life of luxury. Much like a lot of other sports and jobs in general, it takes an awful lot of luck quite early in your career to really make it worth your while.
By the way, them shortbreads.
Okay, we need some more.
Them Walkers are nearly gone. That's ridiculous. Once you have one, you've had it.
Oh man alive. And to be fair to Ed, he's only taken 2, I think. I think you know, I've obliterated the rest.
But he's not taking his eyes off them.
No.
10 o'clock, he's straight in here. I'll clear up.
I've seen the last.
Sure he will. talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil, Ally McCoist and Arnold Clark. Perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online. So Manchester United have announced the latest signing of the summer. Carlos Balaba from Brighton, around £70 million. Balaba comes in alongside 2 other central midfielders in Tielemans and Santos. So will Balaba be a success for Man United? Well, let's ask one of the greatest ever midfielder players to play for Manchester United at Old Trafford, this man.
Robson again, getting it back from Stapleton. Can he find the shot? Brilliant goal!
I can't think of anyone in the last 15 years at this club who's been a greater player than Brian Robson.
Robson was the player. He was the man. He'd be from box to box, up and down.
And Robson. What a goal from Brian Robson.
When he sees a ball, irrespective of where it is, he automatically goes for it.
He has a quality that you can't coach in players, really. Timing.
He was my hero as a kid growing up. You got to see with him how our captain should be, how a captain should lead a football club.
Massive players, Robson trying to sort it out. Oh, and he's made it!
He is one hero that I've met that has never let me down.
25 minutes to 10, that's right, two-time Premier League winner with over 450 appearances for Manchester United. Brian Robson joins us. Morning, Robbo.
Morning, Robbo, how are you?
Morning, Ali. Morning, Baz.
How are you, pal? You all right?
Good form.
Yeah, I'm in good form, mate.
Good man, good man. Brian, just before we start about United, Liverpool up at Newcastle, what a tribute to Kevin Keegan from both fans. Magnificent, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was terrific, and well deserved. Kevin was a great lad, and I tell you why, he was a great player as well. And he just lives right. Well, he lived round the corner from me, Al, and I used to see him in Hale Village and have a cup of coffee with him and Jeannie's wife. So it's a massive miss to football. And a great person.
Yeah, well said, Robbo. Robbo, I was at the game on Saturday. I was at Hull on Saturday, and I mean, Hull were different class. That's the first thing you've got to say. Midfield, defensively, boys in wide areas. McBurney through the middle, they were great. But I can't lie to you, I was really, really disappointed in United. Defensively, didn't look great. Was against set plays. Midfield was quiet, and they lacked any punch up front, I felt, mate.
No, I agree, Baz. I mean, it was really disappointing. But, sometimes you can... I was talking to my mate before the game, because I went across to the game as well. And I was saying to him, sometimes it can be a dangerous game against somebody who's just been promoted, because they're full of enthusiasm and they work probably harder than what they're going to do in any other game in the season. But you've got the other side of where if they get really nervous and don't think they deserve to be in there, it can be an easy game for you. And like you say, I thought the United lads, especially the ones from the World Cup, few of the boys who've just come back from injuries and haven't had much time on the pitch in the pre-season games, I thought they looked sluggish, and I've never seen them give the ball away so much in midfield and up front. But credit to Hull, because they really went for it. They won every 50-50 ball. They worked really hard to close United down and thoroughly deserved their win.
Yeah.
But I think United will only get better.
I do. Talking about players in and out, the Newcastle game up there, I thought Lewis Hall, for me it was a penalty at the end, but Lewis Hall I thought was excellent. Do you think he'd be a big addition to Manchester United?
Well, you know what's like, Baz, if you stay in the cup competitions and you've got the Champions League, you've got a lot of games in the season. And so you more or less always have to have two players who are decent in the same position. And Luke Shaw's a terrific player.
Yeah.
But Hall would be, a good addition to our squad. But you've got to say, you never know with his fair play and everything, whether you've got the money to buy somebody like him when you've just spent, I think it was 70 million.
Yeah.
And we spent money before that. So, it's a balancing act of where you think it's most important.
Yeah.
Robbo, tell me, mate, I'm looking at obviously signing a Belieber. New signings again, Santos and Tielemans in the middle of the park. I think it's safe to say Fernandes will start every week, rightly so in my opinion. Where does this leave Kobe Mainoo in your opinion?
Well, when Kobe came in for the last 20 minutes, apart from Harry Maguire, I thought he was the only one who took command of the ball and kept it nice and tidy, and he looked okay. For me, I think he'll get back into the team and it'll be somebody else playing alongside him with Hernandez further forward. So, I can see that's the way it'll go, because I think Cobby will get better the more games he's got, because unfortunately for him, he goes to the World Cup and he didn't get any minutes on the pitch. But he's a terrific player, and he showed that in the back half of last season. So United have got decent options in there. But I thought, like I say, I thought the lads who come back from the World Cup weren't at
the sharpest.
Yeah.
Brian, do you think the United can close the gap on City this year? I know Arsenal are the team to beat again, but Liverpool could come strong. But in terms of City, are United closing that gap now?
I think we're not far off, Baz. Especially with them losing the manager. They bought a few decent players. But they've weakened the squad as well, with some of their top players have left this summer. I can see the top four, being more or less the same as last year, where I agree with you. Arsenal are looking really strong, made some great signings in the summer to go with what they've got. So Arsenal are going to be the ones to beat. I think then City will be in there, Liverpool, ourselves. But Chelsea got off to a great start as well, and it's a fantastic signing, Rodgers.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gobsmacked that they got him, because I think he's a terrific player.
Yeah.
Brian, you touched on it, mate, but the importance of having strength and depth, in particular, a couple of players in every position. United, brilliant under Carrick last year, but I think they played their least amount of games for the best part of a century. It was only 40 games. Would it be a concern? Have they got the personnel to handle the Champions League as well? Obviously, in all these extra games.
I think we'll only see, as the season goes on. Some players can handle it. I look at people like Rice down at Arsenal, and he played in more or less every single game. They never seemed to rest him. And that's because he's such a terrific player.
Yeah.
So for me, you've always got to look at who's a terrific player, and he'd be in your side more or less every week. And you've just got to sort of keep watching them and seeing if they're tiring a bit. And there's certain games where you're confident that you can rest one of your better players, and put somebody else in where they've got to prove themselves.
Yeah.
So I think, Michael, it'll be a little bit more difficult this season because of that, because you've got the Champions League games. Hopefully we do far better than what we did last season in the Carabao Cup. Because I think where United are now, I think if they don't finish in the top four, that would be very disappointing. But because of the way the last few years have gone, I think we need to win a cup.
Yeah, definitely. Brian, just a quickie. England World Cup, how disappointed were you? Because for me, it was all there for England.
It was, Baz, and I know that really hurts you to say. I know it hurts to say it. But
no, I wanted you to get the final.
Oh, of course you did. Yeah, but no, it was disappointing. You're a goal up, and it was there, like you say. I thought we went just far too defensive and allowed Argentina to come back into the game and build pressure up on us. And I think sometimes when you put that many defenders on, which the manager did, I think sometimes as centre-halves, you get in each other's way and you never get out. And I think that's what happened to England in the semi-final.
Yeah.
Do you think, Brian, as good as he is and he's brilliant, do you think England are a wee bit too reliant on Bellingham?
No, I always think it's, what balance your team is. Kane, we know, is going to score goals. Bellingham's a terrific player, gets about the park, showed a bit of real passion about his game. But then I do think people like Saka and Rodgers and that, terrific players as well. And then in the centre of midfield, you couldn't ask for anybody better than Anderson and Rice. Mm-hmm. Even though I did think Declan Rice looked just that little bit leggy, probably because of the long season that he had with Arsenal. But yeah, you can't rely on the one player. You know, you've all got to mix in and make sure it's a great team effort when you're in a competition like the World Cup.
Yeah. Brian, just one last one. Take you back a bit now. I think West Brom have started well. And going back to that West Bromwich side, I was saying to Ali, Ali, Rob and John Wow, oh dear, were they tough or what? Jesus, that side you were in when you were a kid going through, that was one hell of a side West Brom had.
No, it was you two with soft centre forwards. That's why they tough.
Nowadays, you wouldn't last 2 minutes on the pitch, by the way.
There's an element of that, Robbo.
And by the way, them two, they weren't just them. They were hatchet men at West Brom.
Yeah, Len Cantello was a bit naughty. He was like that. But, yeah, like you say, Baz, you know, when we had Laurie Cunning and Willie
Cyril.
Big Cyril, yeah. I mean, we had a terrific team. And it was a shame because instead of building on that team when we finished third in the one season, instead of building on it, they sold Laurie Cunningham to Real Madrid, Len Cantello to Bolton, who were two of our best players. You know, and so that's where it went a bit pear-shaped. And that's why when you're selling your best players, you want to move on yourself and go and have a challenge where you're going to win trophies, and you know that's why I left West Brom.
Oh, you certainly done that, Robbo. And with Big Butch tonight, I'll say hello to him for you, Brian. And great to see you again. I miss you in Spain, but I'll see you when you come down to London with a bit of luck.
Great to see you, Brian. All the best, mate.
Hopefully I'll see you at Cheltenham or York. I was disappointed that you weren't at York on Thursday.
No, well, I was. Yeah, I know, but I'm a changed man at the moment, Brian. But we'll see. See you later, pal.
See you, mate. All the best.
Thanks very much.
Brilliant.
Cheers, mate.
There you go. We were just talking about Len Cantello earlier.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, Brian, I always remember Brian saying about he
rates him. He can tell he rates him highly.
If you go back, Johnny Giles, people like that, you know, and you know,
me Billy,
people putting their foot.
Oh,
in
they'd leave it in, wouldn't they?
But them two centre backs, oh God,
I know you said that.
They were rascals. 13 minutes to 10.
Would you both have expected better than what you saw from Tottenham? And I think the answer
I'm
to
not
that
surprised
is,
that they lost.
Oh, yes.
I'm not surprised that they lost, but the
not
manner...
taking anything away from Brentford, though.
No, the manner in which they lost surprised me.
Right.
There didn't seem to be any fight or any change in gear, or the mindset hasn't changed. It's exactly the same. A soft underbelly from Spurs, and they're going to have to eradicate that very quickly.
And both of you think they'll do one hell of a lot better than 17th.
Well, they've,
so
with
do
the players
still
they're now
have
buying,
heightened
yes.
expectations that they might be top half? Then they might be top six.
No, I'm thinking top half of the table. I'm not saying they're going to be, you know, it would be a surprise. They could do 6th, 7th, but they're going to have to improve massively, Jim, from what we saw at the weekend. And where are these players that have been injured for so long? Look, there's an awful lot of players.
Fit, isn't he?
Van der Ven wasn't available, Jim. You look at the back four, there's hardly anybody playing from last season. So they're facts, but get them fit then. Let's get them out there.
We saw Newcastle yesterday.
Here's that. Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary Test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. And thanks to talkSPORT, Visit Victoria could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for two to watch the 150th anniversary Test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
The boys messaging in there. First question: how much would Robbo be worth nowadays?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, he was.
Couldn't put a price on that.
He was. I can describe him. He was just.
He did everything, Robbo, didn't he?
Well, he did. A great character, hard as nails, brave as a lion.
I think Sir Alex ever went up to and says, "Just looking a wee bit tired, Robbo. Do you fancy having a rest this week?" You think that conversation never happened? No chance. No chance. No chance.
No,
not happening.
Brian. He's. I just missed him down in Spain. He was down there with his big mate Ronnie. And I think it was a day late or something getting down. It was just
missed him.
Yeah, but he's down in London soon, so I'll try and say hello.
Catch up, great.
But great guy, and I mean proper person. Yeah. Great guy. talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil and Alan McCoist. What do we know this Wednesday morning? Here we go. Newcastle United have agreed a deal worth up to £52 million for Man City midfielder Nico Gonzalez. Man City's Marmoush will undergo a medical at Spurs as their summer spend edges towards £400 million mark.
Have a think about that.
Amazing. £400 million. Imagine Celtic Rangers thinking about anything like that.
£400 million.
Amazing. For more transfer news, 6 days out from the deadline, just 6 days, head over to our website, talksport.com. Now, here's one for you. Cristiano Ronaldo's relationship with new Al Nassr boss Ange Postecoglou already appears to be under scrutiny just 3 matches into the season. Why? Ronaldo was hauled off with the team 2-0 down, after which Al Nassr came back to win 3-2.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Ange spoke after the game on the decision to take Ronaldo off.
You know, look, with Cristiano, we know he hasn't played a lot of football, so I think with 10 men to have him out there after 45 minutes, he did a great job for us in the first half, but we needed a different approach in the second half. And, you know, I think, you know, as I said, I try and help them, but it's really the players. The players are the ones who out there have the belief and, like I said, the courage to still play. And you can see that in this humidity, how hard it is to run and keep having an effort. And I thought the players were outstanding.
Yeah, all right, Ange. Yeah.
No,
he's had too many games. Yeah, give us a break. He wasn't doing it. He said, get off and look, he come up trumps 3-2.
Correct. That's
2-0 down.
That's all that matters.
But very
big
diplomatic.
fellas. Well, he's got to be like that, isn't he? He doesn't want to slag off anybody.
Well, if he does slag him off, then Cristiano just buys the club and sacks him.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, we're making a big deal out of this because it's Ronaldo. Of course we are. But the fact of the matter is, doesn't matter who. If he takes,
are you saying that's lazy journalism, Ollie?
No, what I'm saying is, it wouldn't have mattered who he was taking off. If a person deserved to come off and you end up 2-0 down, you end up winning the game 3-2, it is the correct decision.
But you don't take him off at half time, if you think. Is he looking a bit jaded?
No, but the point I'm trying to make is, if he'd taken somebody else off, he would still have been protective about the player in the post-match interview.
Yeah, I know that.
As he should be. The man's he'll retire. Whether he sees out this season.
Magnificent.
Yes. Incredible. You think of the longevity, what he's achieved, but it's like anything else. Old father time.
Catches
up and everything.
And he has looked after himself magnificent.
Oh, I'll say.
Yeah.
I'll say. No doubt about that.
Imagine me and you doing that.
No, is the answer.
A yacht down in Millport.
No, is the answer.
Super yacht in Millport.
I know.
Right, here we go. 9:54. Great to speak to Brian Robson.
Wasn't it great?
And I'm with Butch and Russell tonight as well.
Hey, tell the boys I'm asking for
podcast. Yeah,
I think I said to you, I think Big Lofty, I think Big Terry's coming up to. I think he's got a couple of speaking engagements up in Glasgow.
Good.
Just need to check. I'm going to go and see him. Definitely going to go and see the big fella.
I'm not working tomorrow. I'm in a little visit to hospital.
Good. Well, I hope it goes well.
Yeah, new brain. But I'm back Friday, and I'm working Saturday this week.
No room for it nowadays.
And I'm working Saturday. Can you believe?
They've not got you doing a Saturday shift.
Tony Cascarino, me and Tony Saturday morning breakfast 6 to 9. Yes,
6 to 9.
Yeah, I'm done.
How does that work? Breakfast 6 to 9.
I don't know. That's what we're doing Saturday.
Is that them making allowances for you already now?
No, it isn't.
Oh.
But I just thought.
Yes,
how can I have all these jobs and I don't? I'm trying to catch up.
6 to 9. Okay, that might stick. We'll see how that goes.
I was rather hoping it was 7 to 10, but it's not. It's 6 to 9.
Put your foot down then.
Right, but I'm back Friday.
Good.
Right, let's finish with a wee bit of this.
Yeah.
Is that the last one you've got, Ed?
It was a shock this morning, wasn't it?
But that was a shock. But that was a shock as well. Tribute to Dolly. I've never heard that one
I
before.
think I could have signed off a better one.
Oh, but yeah, Ed, you've let us down. That has just killed the programme.
I know for a fact he's going to finish with Jolene.
You got to. You got to have Jolene.
But
Get looking.
Wasn't that such a shame waking up to that news this morning?
Yeah. I didn't expect it.
No.
Well, you don't. You know if someone's been ill, don't you?
Well, you generally do, but we didn't with Ollie, and she just loved being millions. Here it's coming.
I know. This is.
Yeah.
Never mind 95 and all that. John Hills. This is proper.
That's the one I think of when I think of Dolly. That one.
Yeah. This is. Yeah, brilliant. She was a star. What Trump said, and flags at half-mast.
Is that right?
Yeah, that shows you how big she is around America. I saw a picture earlier. Very pretty girl when she was young.
She's a lovely girl.
Come on.
She's small, eh?
Yeah. Oh, tiny. But all the hits she's written as well. Fantastic.
I know.
But don't forget that Bee Gees.
No, I'm going to watch them. I'm going to download it. You said it's on Sky Arts or something.
Yeah. By the way, we got some. Did we get stick about what we said about Glasgow?
Well, no, actually.
I hope we didn't.
She was going to tell you the truth. Quite the opposite.
Been shocked. I was shocked.
She was going to be brutally honest. She's quite the opposite. I think the vast majority of people agreed with us about the state of the city centre.
Oh.
Do you know where I'm going?
That really shocked me.
I'm going through to Edinburgh next week, and somebody said my Edinburgh's looking great. Edinburgh folk might disagree, but somebody said to me Edinburgh's looking great, city centre looking brilliant. I'm through there next week, so I'll give you an update on that.
On my city Buchanan Street, that was where I used to go.
Yeah.
Now it's just a no-go area, which is shocking. Sort it out, please.
Got it sorted out,
great.
How you looking today? What you up to, pal?
I'm home.
I'm filling in for you tomorrow. So we'll
big boots, I'm hospital tomorrow.
And then you're back Friday?
Back Friday, Saturday. Saturday.
For Big Cass.
Yeah.
Magic, mate. I thoroughly enjoyed this morning. A lot of people actually didn't expect you to turn up there. They thought you were going to do a Gabby. I said,
oh, no, I wouldn't do that.
I said, no, he's better than that.
I was lucky I woke up, by the way, honestly. It's another story. I can't sleep at the moment. Anyway, don't forget, plenty of live football for you tonight with Tottenham against Charlton. Let it get stuffed, Ed. Live on talkSPORT while Newcastle take on West Bromwich Albion on talkSPORT 2. Gabby is back alongside Ali tomorrow morning. I saw Gabby laughing last night. And we'll give him a hard time at the situation at Villa. And all this moaning, so you won't want to miss it, right? Jim White and Simon, there's another one's happy. Jim White and Simon Jordan coming next. I'll see you Friday. Beat it, Julie.
Sing every song it hears.
I've got to stop you there, right? Because I've heard this guff from you and Gabby today, all right? Going on about Spurs overspending, overpaying for players.
Whoa,
all right?
wait,
and I can't believe Crookie has got the cheek to come on here as a Man United fan and say that Belieber's a good deal at 70 million. He was guff last season. He didn't play.
I think you'll find Belieber at 70 million is going to be better value for money than Savinho at 85.
Oh, mate, you're talking absolute crap.
I'll have a little bet for you. Let's have a little bet. Who has the better season?
You signed Anthony for 75 million. You sold Pogba for £100 million.
What's going on here? Why are you two falling out?
No, but
hold on, what's going on?
Because I keep hearing Crookie go on like Man United are doing good deals.
What's happening here? Why are you two
and
rowing?
Spurs are spending too much money on players. Like,
We'll have a forfeit at the end of the season, Jamie. Jason can judge at the end of the season. Whoever makes more impact for their club, Belieber or Savinho, the loser has to